Get it. Get it.
Olympic hero Kurt Angle, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Yo, listen, this is the best wrestler alive, Platinum Max, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hey everybody, Eric Bischoff here, and you are listening to We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hello everyone, this is Nunzio, former WWE Cruiserweight Champion, and you're watching We Are Wrestling podcast.
We Are Wrestling podcast. Check them out, man.
Stay tuned, listen to the podcast. Best one, Donnie might teach you a thing or two.
We Are Wrestling podcast.
We Are Wrestling. And if you don't listen to it, then it's one-on-one with The Undertaker.
Featuring your host, Best One Dog, Danny Hawkins, Ring Circus, and Dan Eddy. We are wrestling.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What's up, guys? It's Dan Eddy here, and I am chilling with the best one, Donnie. Just us two today. We got Rage out for personal reasons, and we got Danny Hawkins taking the week off. So it's just gonna be us two, Donnie. It's been a while since just us.
I wonder what he's doing on his week off, Danny.
I don't know. Probably just chilling, being a weirdo.
Nah, probably eating shit.
That's
But
eating
what
shit.
is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs. We got a great lineup for this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast, which is live every Wednesday on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we do want to put a quick little disclaimer that next week's episode, 183, will be happening on Thursday because all of us have double booked ourselves. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac already and you're listening to this episode, wherever you get your podcast, please give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download this episode and all the other episodes. But if you're listening to this wherever you get the best pro wrestling content and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications, videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know the grind is real. But what is going on, Dan Eddy? How was your week?
It's been doing pretty good. Work has been a little hectic at times, but and then the Packers just decided to shit the bed on Monday night, so that was disappointing. But other than that, no, my weekend was pretty chill. Did some overtime and just been kind of hanging out. Wait until today actually to do this podcast again. But how was your week, man?
Hell yeah, man. Going pretty good. But just want to make sure real quick, because I know I saw you message in the private chat with the audio. Everything sound good?
Yeah, now it sounds good. It might have just been the intro or
probably with the intro. But yeah, right now, just to let you guys know some behind the scenes stuff going on. We're live vertically and portrait mode, whatever the whole new thing is, so that we can maybe get some new We Are Wrestling Maniacs over here. But not a bad week. Not a bad week at all. Got to celebrate my birthday in Rhode Island. Had a great time. And we'll go over all the cool things that I did at Rhode Island Comic-Con in just a moment.
Dude,
but we got some maniacs here in the live chat. We got Josh Toy Show. What's up, Donnie and Dan Eddy? What is going on? Josh, we'll see you at Big Event this weekend. Alex Johnson in the live chat. What's up, everybody? I'm the number one We Are Wrestling Maniac. Are you? You got to prove it this episode, Alex Johnson. Prove it. And Rage even says Vertical is looking good. Hope you're doing all right, Rage.
Thanks,
and we
Rage.
got Danny here in the live chat. Let's go. Get the show on the road. You're late. Stop booking your show like Tony Khan. Boo. Eat shit. Which that has been going a little viral on the social media on the We Are Wrestling. So do appreciate all the love that we've gotten from eat shit memes.
That was hilarious.
Absolutely great. But every week we do this thing called the power of the poll, where we give you guys 1 week to go on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel, go to our community tab and vote. And with John Cena's farewell tour, every question leading up to his final match will be John Cena based. And we asked you guys which WrestleMania entrance was the best for John Cena. And the 4 options you had were WrestleMania 22, WrestleMania 23, 24, and 25. And here we go with the results for this week's Power of the Poll. WrestleMania 25 won by a landslide. 63% of you guys love the John Cena clones, while 22% picked WrestleMania 23, him coming out in the car, breaking the glass, while 11% of you guys like the Chicago mobster entrance from 22, and only 4% liked WrestleMania 24. How do we feel about this, Dan Eddy? Do we agree or do we disagree?
I agree with the result. I thought maybe the results would be a little more closer together instead of a 63% landslide. But honestly, I enjoyed every single WrestleMania that John Cena was in, and I just wasn't expecting 63%. I feel like you just chose random WrestleManias, by the way, that just went in order.
Well, his best entrances were literally 22, 23, 24, and then 25. He didn't really do anything over the top after 25. But I am so pissed off with the We Are Wrestling Maniacs on this one. I couldn't have disagreed more with this. And I am convinced that I am the only person that voted for WrestleMania 24 with 4%. I am convinced I am the only person. There's nobody else that voted for WrestleMania 24. And if you say you did, you're lying. My opinion, WrestleMania 24 has been always my all-time favorite John Cena entrance. Having the football jersey, having the band play his song with the long entrance. Oh, man, one of the greatest entrances, period. The way Hulk Hogan came out on, one of those, strollers with, the ring.
Yeah.
People would get the chills over that. I got the chills seeing John Cena, the band, playing his song.
Sorry, I got the song stuck in my head now. He said Hulk Hogan.
But yeah, for me, WrestleMania 24, that's my all-time favorite. But I will say I'm not surprised with WrestleMania 23 being second place, because I actually thought that was going to win this Power of the Poll.
That's the one I chose. The one that got 22%. Or 20 WrestleMania 23.
But I could see why people picked WrestleMania 25, because literally you have 100 John Cena clones wearing the same shirt, wearing the same hats, wearing the same wristbands. Mm-hmm. But it's just come on, not by a landslide. Are you kidding me?
This particular poll I was waiting for to hear the results this week, because I wanted to hear your opinion on which one, because you were gone last week. You're right.
I was gone. I made a sporadic appearance.
Yeah.
Told Danny to eat shit.
Yeah, I remember that now. So I was waiting to hear your opinion on, well, first of all, how did you choose these? And second, what was your favorite WrestleMania moment with John Cena? Or best Cena Mania entrance, I should say.
Mania entrance, like I said, I am the 4%.
Yeah.
From this
I know
week.
that now, yeah. I was excited just to wait for today and see what the results were, because
I'm so sad. I'm so disappointed that this got 4%. That is just wrong. Wrong on every level. But hey, the We Are Wrestling Maniacs have spoken, and they picked WrestleMania 25. So congratulations to all 63% of you. But next week's Power of the Poll is up on our community tab over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. And we asked you guys, what's your favorite era of John Cena? We have Dr. Thugonomics. We have the Chain Gang, Super Cena, which is basically his whole babyface run, burying talent, and heel Cena that we've gotten during the farewell tour. So if you guys want to vote and let your voices be heard, you have 1 week to vote until next Thursday. So you have an extra day, no complaining. No excuses. That includes you, Danny Huckins. But a couple things I do want to advertise. This Saturday, the most magical place in the world, Long Island, New York. I will be at the big event, New York, for the We Are Wrestling's biggest vlog of the year. Happens twice, every March, every November. I'm going to be there Saturday, meeting some wrestlers, meeting, of course, some We Are Wrestling Maniacs, and putting together one of the best vlogs. So we'll be having that up on the channel hopefully next week. And another thing, too, I want to advertise. And also, if you do see me at Big Event New York, don't hesitate. Come say what's up. I don't mind talking to you guys at all. Like, I get out of lines to interact with you guys because for me, that's my highlight. Always going to these conventions. Also, we do have a couple vlogs up on the channel. If you guys haven't checked out Rod Muddy's first independent wrestling show, big WWE fan. Besides WWE, this is must watch. And we will continue to advertise this every week for the rest of the year.
Oh shit! I rewatched that just the other day. I was crying.
It's so good. I will see you there, Josh.
He was just trying to like kind of catcall the lady wrestler. I forgot her name. He was, hey, come here for a sec.
And then we also have our TNA Slammiversary vlog as well as TNA Bound for Glory, which we just uploaded not that long ago. So if you guys haven't checked out both the TNA pay-per-view vlogs or Rod Muddy's first independent wrestling show, I would go check those out. Also, Rhode Island Comic-Con, I went there this past weekend. I was there Friday and Sunday. Saturday, I didn't want to deal with all the chaos during my actual birthday, so I decided to just explore Rhode Island that day. But Friday and Sunday, we were out there, and I got to meet Jimmy's mom from Jimmy Neutron.
Nice.
Also got to meet Chris Jericho himself, which I was supposed to have the clip that we did, but we're going to make you guys wait.
It's okay, guys. I haven't seen it yet either, so.
You know what? Nah, if you guys want to see it, let me know. Let me know in the chat because I will download it for you guys. If you guys want to see it, which yeah, we're gonna download it. Might as well. Who am I kidding? Why am I asking them if they want to see it? Of course they want to see it.
Of course they want to see it. Yeah.
And then also met Degrassi as well, one of my favorite shows, Degrassi Next Generation. Got to meet the actors who played Jay, Spitter, Liberty, Joey Jeremiah, and Ashley. And there's my pro photo op right there with all 5 of them at the good old Rhode Island Comic-Con. Degrassi, underrated show in the 2000s, even in the 90s with Junior High and stuff. Then also, of course, I love my Nickelodeon, so I got to meet Ned's Declassified School Survivor Guide. Of course, you saw it, Danny. You edited it.
Yeah, I'm jealous when I saw this picture because Ned's Declassified was my shit, along with some other Nickelodeon shows. But yeah, that
Can't
Ned's
guard me.
Declassified was like probably
Jericho had a crazy line on Friday. Yes, he did. It was a very long time until I met him. But also got to meet Nathan Kress from iCarly as well, which was a cool experience.
He looks the exact same.
Yeah, he does.
Just with a beard.
All right, let's see here what else we have. Also, I was not expecting to meet Mike O'Malley, the host of Nickelodeon Guts back in the day. There's me and my beautiful fiance with him. And she was actually the one to point him out because she's watched him on Glee as like Kurt's dad. And I had no idea he was I kind of had to put 2 and 2 together because I was like, why the hell does he have a Nickelodeon Guts trophy? And then I was like, wait a minute. He hosted the show. And I did a cool little video with him, but I'm not going to show you that. You got to check the vlog out. And then there it is, me and the Icon Sting. I did get a bunch of signatures done. I was contemplating on doing a photo, but I had to. Look at that goatee that everybody loves.
Dude, that is sick. Yeah.
Had to meet the Icon Sting. And here it is, the official thumbnail for the Rhode Island Comic-Con vlog that will be up this Friday on the Best One Donnie YouTube channel. My entire haul and the vlog. But don't worry, big event fans, that vlog will be on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. It's Sting! Sting on Sunday was crazy. Yes, it was.
Were there any other shows there at the Comic-Con?
At Rhode Island Comic Con, I know they were doing a lot of like panels as well. I didn't get to check out any of those. But yeah, they had lots of different vendors, lots of actors. I know Cobra Kai, they had some of the people from the final season.
Oh, dang.
I was actually going to meet Dallas, the kid who played what the hell is his name?
Sounds
Dallas
like
was what the hell? He was the younger kid. What was his character name on the show?
In Cobra Kai?
In Cobra Kai, yes.
Oh,
but I know his first name was Dallas.
He played the dude's little brother. Fuck yeah, what was his name in the show?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm kind of drawing a blank here.
Hold on, Google's being a dick.
Oh wait, what? Why the hell am I downloading this stuff on Drive?
Kenny.
So I believe it or not, Dan, I was going to meet Kenny when I first got there.
That's awesome.
And then, of course, I'm right there in line, but then the Rhode Island workers say, all right, you got to go. Because I think he had pro photo ops in the beginning of the day. And then I was like, yeah, I'm not waiting in a crazy line for him. It's not worth it for me.
Oh, man, that's awesome, though.
Then they had Ed, and Eddy. I think they had the voice actors for them. Dora the Explorer, I know she was there because I was contemplating on her. Yeah, they had quite some names. I swear, I sent this thing over. Why am I not finding it? Ned's was cool, iCarly as well. Donnie, I tried to see you, LOL, but we still got Fan Fest. That's right. I will be at the Fan Fest in May probably. But yeah, man, right now the Jericho thing is downloading as of right now. So once that downloads, I will show you guys the clip here. Unless Danny, you still have the file and you could just send it to me through email, probably be a lot quicker doing it that way. Yep, Cross and Scarlett, they were there on Friday as well. Man, it was a great experience. Like, if you guys haven't gone to a Comic-Con before, highly recommend it.
I went to one around here not too long ago. It was like probably 2021, something like that. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Oh,
it was a lot of
over there.
Yeah, there's actually a civilization here in Arkansas. It's crazy. It's not just trees and deserts and horses and shit. They had a bunch of tables that were like spread out with different trading cards for like Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, I believe Yu-Gi-Oh, and there were other card games. And there was I can't remember which one it was. It was either a holographic Bulbasaur or a holographic what's the bigger one? The third tier. Not Bulbasaur, Ivysaur.
I don't know much about Pokemon.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, it was there, and there was a line for it. It might not have been by the Bulbasaur. It might have been different Pokemon. Either way, doesn't matter. There was a line for it just for people to look at it, and I was standing in line because they were all hawking the table. So it was kind of just one thing I remembered. But Comic Cons are a lot of fun, as you can see.
They are a lot of fun. But let's get into our wrestling highlight of the week as this Jericho video uploads to the thing. What has got to be your wrestling highlight this week?
So I got a little treat for you, Donnie.
All right.
I had a different highlight in mind, but because it was just gonna be me and you, I switched it. My highlight is Jade Cargill's promo from Friday Night SmackDown.
Of course it was. You are the biggest Jade Cargill mark I know.
Just to piss you off, I chose that because he or she was just like, I'm that bitch. And I'm like, yes, you are. And that's all she needs to say.
I wonder where she said that first.
Where did she say that first?
AEW.
I might have missed that. But that just, I think with her being the heel, that's a different way of like Sami Zayn doing open challenges for the US title. That's a different way of saying anybody wants to step up. And she had, I think, one or maybe two backstage promos. Well, now she's collaborating clashing against BFAB this Friday because they had a backstage.
Oh God,
segment.
that match better be like a 1-minute squash because
Yeah,
you think Jade Cargill is bad in the ring? Like, not trying to
BFAB
discredit
is
BFAB. I like her as a valet. I liked what she was doing with Hit Row, but she's definitely somebody that also needs more time in the Performance Center.
yeah. So my other highlight
She has a
was
look. She has it. Just has to improve in the ring.
my other highlight was Chelsea Green winning the U.S. title, and I hope that they continue
Appreciate you,
with her and Julia, because they just squashed Julia. Like they didn't give her that much of a title reign.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it in our TV recap. But
Anyway,
I do have the video. I finally got the video, so here we go. Let's see how quick.
All right, Chris Jericho here at the Rhode Island Comic Con with Donnie.
Oh crap! What the hell is happening? There we go.
It's showing.
All right, here we go, guys. Jericho and I do want to like talk about this real quick before I show you this video.
Shoot.
So my meet and greet with Jericho was a 10 out of 10. Fantastic. And I met thousands of wrestlers throughout my fandom. And one thing I noticed about Jericho was he was really taking that extra time, having that one-on-one interaction with the fan. And at one point, he stopped signing and he walked because he had a crazy line going all the way like back. And Jericho pretty much stopped and said to all the fans, I just want you guys to know I'm going to meet all of you. I'm going to give you that one-on-one interaction with me, and you're not going to miss out. Like, I want to have this experience with you as well, and I don't want to just sign things, take a quick picture next. And I've never seen that before out of anybody I've met, so I do want to give a shout-out to Jericho. Told him that he's one of the many reasons why I started a wrestling podcast, why I started a wrestling YouTube channel, and then he actually took the time. He wanted to know a little bit more about our show, told him about the Getting Put Over segment, which he loves, by the way. Loves that we recognize like some of the underrated talent that we do. Like I was telling him a few weeks back, we put over Spike Dudley, so he got a kind of a kick out of that. And man, he couldn't have been nicer. Took a picture with him, and then he took my phone and made this video. So here it is. Whoop. What the hell is going on? Why am I botching here?
We want to see Jericho.
There we go.
All right, Chris Jericho here at the Rhode Island Comic Con with Donnie, and we're going to listen to and watch We Are Wrestling tonight.
We Are Wrestling podcast.
I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to watch it. So we in the royal sense. So we'll see you on We Are Wrestling and look for this guy.
That's right. Grind is real. Jericho is awesome. He was great. We got Nate the L in the live chat. What's going on? We got Dan in the chat. What is going on?
So many Dans.
So many Dans. So many of them.
What's up, Dan?
But, might as well get into my highlight of the week. Well, I don't even have to get into it because it was probably that right there, meeting Chris
I was just saying, wasn't it that? Yeah.
Getting the free shout out. Like, didn't even charge us for it, which, man, class act. Always been a huge fan of Jericho. Wish him nothing but the best. Cannot wait to see him in WWE. And of course, we're going to be talking about the picture that everybody has been talking about in our weekly news and rumors when we get to that. But, yeah, man, Jericho is the best. He's the man. Let's go, man. And we do have some more highlight of the weeks we'll share here real quick. Josh Toy Show, my highlight of the week was how Obafemi returned, and then the show went off the air, leaving us on a cliffhanger. Oh, yeah, we're going to be talking about Obafemi in just a moment. Alex Johnson, my wrestling highlight of the week has to be John Cena and Dominic Mysterio promo from Raw on Monday.
We'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about that Obafemi moment too later on.
And we'll be talking about the John Cena moment as well. All in our TV recaps, so we might as well get into it with our We Are Wrestling podcast weekly TV recap, talking about the biggest highlights that have happened on wrestling television. Starting things off here, man, wow, this is so weird doing it. Like I'm used to the 3-person thing.
I know, right?
Dude, I am all over the place right now. This is what happens when I take a week off.
There's no like kind of buffer that keep talking while you're doing something else, you know.
I must say, I liked being a guest and telling Danny to eat shit because it's so much more less stressful than doing this. All right, here we go. I got my notes. We're back on track. All right, and I'm sure we're going to be getting off track throughout this train ride that you guys are on.
Facts, Danny.
What
You
did he
get
say?
Jericho on the pod. You can love to get Jericho on the pod with your support. It will happen. Just keep spreading the word about the podcast. Definitely,
Absolutely.
100%.
And you guys sharing, you guys subscribing, liking really helps with that. And eventually we would love to be in a position to bring in one of the greatest of all time on the show. We would love to do that. And the only way we could do that is with your support. The We Are Wrestling Maniacs, of course. But here we go. Let's get into our TV recap. Last Friday on SmackDown, Chelsea
That's not
Chelsea Green defeated Julia to become a 2-time U.S. champion. What's your thoughts on this?
So I kind of alluded to it earlier, and they kind of just squashed Julia. Not that she had that great of a title reign to begin with, but you're going to double down by not only giving her a terrible title reign, but also squashing her in the match by giving Chelsea Green the title back. Rumor is so that she doesn't beat Chelsea Green's title reign record of holding the U.S. title the longest. But technically she had already did, because she had this certain amount of days. I can look at it later on. I had the thing up here, but I forget. Anyways, wasn't that match like 2 minutes? It wasn't that long either.
It was a squash match. I didn't even take the time to rewatch it because of that.
I caught.
I basically
caught the whole thing because I thought I caught it.
For me, it would have been a disservice to Julia and her talented work.
Yeah.
I agree with Nate on this one here. Chelsea needs the world title. I agree.
I disagree, but respectfully, because I don't think she needs the world title. She needs a title.
Ooh.
Even if she's just doing the women's IC title or something like that.
That's actually an interesting take by Alex Johnson. I don't like how it ended, but they should move Julia to Raw and have her join the Kabuki Warriors. That could work. But I just don't understand. Like, what are we doing?
Let's not get offhand. Daniel's not here.
What are we doing though with Julia?
That's why I was about to allude to this, but that's why I was saying, like, I was pissed about it, because now where does she go from here? I was about to say that I hope they continue the story between them, have a feud between Julia and Chelsea Green.
Nope, I don't want that.
Okay, maybe not Chelsea Green, but I want Julia to keep. Relevant.
I'm happy that Chelsea Green is the United States champion, because they weren't doing anything with Julia, and that's not Julia's fault.
No,
there's only one person to blame, and that is Road Dogg, the head of SmackDown Creative, for the way that he's been booking her. It has been horrible, and I don't understand it. Like, when you don't have creative plans ready for somebody, why fucking call them up to the main roster? Like, I think we all should have seen this coming, because they brought both Julia and Stephanie Valkyrie to the main roster around the same time. And when you do that, you are already setting up one of them to fail. And in this case, Julia is the one failing, because Stephanie is over, as she should be, because she is just as talented as Julia. But I just don't get it. Like, Julia was doing so good in NXT, and then she wins the U.S. title. There's really nothing.
See, I'm with Josh, just as Julia deserves better, and I'm with Danny as well, because we need to get Kiana James away from Julia.
Agree.
Julia needs to be taken more serious, because I don't think I haven't watched Kiana, so I can't say much. But is she great in the ring, or is she more of like a manager wrestler?
Kiana, I think, could be a better manager than somebody in the ring. I think she could benefit from maybe getting a tag team partner and being in the tag division. I feel like that's where she could strive. I don't really see her being. They have plenty of talented women in the Performance Center who they could pair her up with and make a team.
Does she have any friends back in NXT that they can call up?
I think she was working with Fallon Henry back then. I think they were teaming back then. Could be wrong, because I didn't really watch NXT around that time. Yeah. But I don't know what it is. Like, with Julia, I think it's just one of those situations. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I think what they should do, bring her back to NXT until you have a plan for her, and you're going to actually build her like a main event star that she is.
She needs to stay relevant. That's all I'm saying. Whether it is back in NXT or does she ever have a confrontation or a collision with what's her name? That's champion now from Halloween. Tatum Paxley.
No.
Actually.
Not that I remember, no.
They were hesitant on which opponent she was going to be choosing last night as champion. And I haven't watched the whole NXT. I didn't watch the end, but I think JC Jane got her rematch, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I didn't really watch NXT either, except for the ending.
Yeah. I would just suggest have her show up if they were due like who's next kind of thing. But I think Julia should stay in the main roster if you're asking me, my opinion. Because
they got to do something new.
They have to do something with her.
Repackage her. Let her maybe go after Jade Cargill. But before she goes after Jade Cargill, you have to have her work with somebody that's also trying to chase the title as well. Honestly, have her work with Kiana James. Have Kiana James be disappointed in her for losing. There you go.
That's what I was going to allude to.
And have her bury Kiana James. And then with Kiana, you can put her back in the drawing board, maybe team her up with somebody that they're not using.
Have them two fight, have her go on a solo run.
I was right. She did team up with Alan Henry. Like, that's what I understand. Like, they also were a pretty good pair together. And then, like, they kind of broke them up for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But I will say I'm happy for Chelsea because she really did make that championship prestigious, but at the same time, really not happy with the way they did things with Julia.
It was just kind of like given to her. Yeah. And the way that the way they squashed Julia, I just felt bad because the match wasn't entertaining, to be honest. And Chelsea cheated anyway, so maybe they can continue that and just have a mini feud between the two and have a rematch at least.
Yeah, but then again, but then you're setting yourself up for failure there because then people are going to want Julia to win the title, even though Chelsea probably should have the belt. So I think they just have to have her written off of TV for a little bit and then repackage her. At least give us like some hype with like some vignettes or like a promo or something. And then have her work with Kiana James.
Give Chelsea a little title run and then have what's her name, Julia, show up randomly during a match. Have her return.
No, I would have Julia, like when she comes back, Kiana James is disappointed in her. Maybe find somebody else to work with. Yeah. And then there you go. You could have a feud there. Julia could be a baby face, but with the attitude that she has. But let's move on now to our next TV recap. And, oh, man, speaking of SmackDown and NXT, we got a call-up. And this past Friday on SmackDown, we saw Lash Legend align herself with Nia Jax. What's your thoughts on the way they had her debut?
So them two together, I wanted to say, first of all, is sort of like her and Tamina back in the day, the two big powerhouse women that can probably take over the entire division, if we're not mistaken. Like if they like kind of book it that way, they could take over like any duo. They squashed they can squash Stephanie. Wow. Why am I blanking right now? Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair already, and then easily could take out the Kabuki Warriors. And I like this idea that they not only brought it up to the main roster, but what they can do with them too. It makes me sort of tolerate Nia Jax again, because at this point, Nia Jax is here to like help put over other talent over. At this point, she's done it all. She was in the men's Royal Rumble years back. With her and Last Legend needed to get out of NXT because there wasn't much booking for her.
Exactly. She's ready.
There wasn't much going for her in terms of NXT booking. There was a great debut. I think it's just the beginning of what they could possibly do. The Kabuki Warriors won the tag team titles Friday, or was it Monday?
No, Monday.
Monday? Yeah. they can easily just go to Raw and be like, "Hey, we want to challenge you for the titles," and they can make them relevant again. So I like that duo. And as much as I love Tamina back in the day, I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Lash Legend.
Yeah, so I do see here some comments I do want to read real quick, and then I'll share my thoughts. Alex Johnson, it doesn't make sense because they were just feuding with each other on NXT not too long ago. Good debut, horrible creative decision having Lash be under the learning tree of Nia. I disagree with that, and I want to share my thoughts on this. I think that they're actually doing something right with a call-up for once. It's not one of those call-ups where like they call up like 5 or 6 people all at the same time, and then 1 or 2 of them strive while all the others are just lost in the woods. Lash Legend being paired up with Nia, I think this is absolutely brilliant because this is a good way for her to become an established superstar on the main roster by being on television with an established star already in Nia Jax.
Mm-hmm.
We have been complaining for months now about Nia Jax going against Tiffany Stratton over and over and over and over and over again for the championship. And this is something new. Nia needs a break from going after a singles title. And I think her working with Lash Legend, this is a step in the right direction. I could see them winning tag titles. And then eventually you could build Lash Legend up as a top babyface when Nia Jax turns on her eventually due to jealousy of popularity.
She's 28 years old.
There's
plenty of time to do
it's the oldest
anything.
Here's
really.
the thing. It's the oldest trick in the book. That is how you get somebody over.
Yep.
That's how you do it. And that's the thing. That's the way to do it, because having her on TV consistently with Nia Jax is only going to get her established with the fans. And then eventually the fans are going to get invested in Lash Legend because she is very talented. And then what's going to happen? Nia Jax is going to get jealous, turn on her, and then at the end, put her over. And it's going to put Lash Legend in a situation for success, which means maybe winning an Intercontinental, United States, or even a World Championship in that process. I love this.
The future is bright for Lash Legend. And I wanted to touch base on Danny's comment. The reason why there's no one on SmackDown is until Bianca comes back is that there is no other talent that could probably go face to face with Jade other than me or Charlotte. And Charlotte, I don't know if I'm standing on the perfect one to work with Jade in the ring.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you can definitely tell
now that they lost the tag titles, Charlotte can focus on doing that as well.
Yeah, boy, are you there, Dan Eddy? You're kind of going in and out. You. Yeah, so right now his connection's acting up a little bit there. But yeah, let me see. Whoop. I don't see you. I can hear you.
I'm right here.
Let me see. Yeah, I do not see you, but I hear you. Maybe remove yourself and then come back in.
Off.
Yeah, so overall, I'm really happy about this with Lash Legend and Nia Jax. I think that them two being together is only going to set Lash Legend up for success. We don't need her to be by herself at first. I think that this is just the way to go. And don't worry, guys. Dan Eddy will be right back. Just has to restart his thing. Laugh my ass off. My guy is the last human using. Maybe I use the house phone. Oh, man. Arkansas. Oh, man. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm happy about this. I think this is good for Lash Legend. This is good. All right, Dan Eddy's back. Let's see if he got his dial-up internet back up. There you are. You're better now.
Dial-up internet. You're a dick. I'm back.
Excited for
How
Bloody
do I
Guts
sound?
tonight,
How do I
me
look?
too. You look good. You sound good.
Sweet. I don't know what I was talking about, but I was just kind of talking about.
Yeah, we are.
Well-
I think we got that covered with Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. You and I both agree
Okay.
it's a good move.
Yeah.
All right, let's now talk about everybody's highlight of the week this week. Oh boy. This past Monday on Raw in Boston. So sad I didn't go. John Cena defeated Dirty Dom to win the Intercontinental Championship, making him an official Grand Slam champion in the WWE. What's your thoughts on this?
So I saw this picture earlier, and I wanted to mention that Danny put it in the chat too as well. I wanted to say back in 2009, John Cena was the World Heavyweight Champion, and CM Punk was the IC Champion. And now, 16 years later, the roles have switched, where John Cena is now the IC Champion, and CM Punk is the World Heavyweight Champion.
That's crazy.
And yeah, it's just something to think about. And as far as the match on Monday Night Raw, it was so predictable, but yet it was so fun to watch. He paid tribute to R-Truth by doing the, like the wink, and then he no, that was a different match. I was gonna say he did the Walls of Jericho, but that was Sheamus.
Oh yeah, that was different.
Yeah. But it was like the writing was on the wall. I mean, you saw it coming. His last Monday Night Raw, and
I don't think it was as predictable as you say it is, because during that match, at some point, I believed that we were going to get that false finish there, like they always do, where like Dirty Dom weasels his way out, the referees take it out, and I thought that with the frog splash, Dom was going to retain. It was going to be like, oh, here we go. But then we got the invisible John Cena there, and then he hits him. Like, I love the way they did it. Like, yeah, at first, I thought Dirty Dom was going to win because I thought it was going to be him versus Ray with the IC title on the line. But I'm so happy they made this decision to give John Cena the IC title, because I think giving him this belt will kind of make some of us forget how bad the beginning of the farewell tour was.
Even Danny agrees with me. It was 100% predictable. And
it was,
if you
but
think about it,
during the match, they did a good job. They did a good job.
If you think about it,
at
back
one
then,
point making it believe Dom was going to win.
They did a full circle moment again with him and Rey Mysterio. I don't know if you saw that backstage moment. He was shaking everybody. Rey Mysterio comes up from the side and shakes his hand. Back then, when Rey Mysterio won the IC title, I think John Cena had the WWE title back then. I'm not mistaken, but he went up to John Cena, or John Cena came up to him and shook his hand. So there's a lot of full circle moments going on that night.
Oh, yeah. And also, I want to make a quick hot take here real quick, because I do agree with Danny on the next Monday Night Raw is going to be one of the biggest Raws in 2025. Here's my hot take. Going back to Dirty Dom now. I see why they did this in Boston for the Intercontinental Championship, because I think what they're doing is Survivor Series. It's going to be Dirty Dom versus Rey Mysterio in San Diego, their hometown. And I think that's where Rey Mysterio is going to lose to Dirty Dom, and he's going to retire. And they're going to do some type of career versus something match.
I think we were talking about that last week with Rage and Danny.
I think Ray's going to retire at Survivor Series. That's a hot take.
That sucks. I might have heard
San
that
Diego,
podcast,
where Dirty Dom's from as well.
Yep.
What better place?
It's so sad to think Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles, and John Cena are going to retire within the next year. Next couple of weeks for
sad.
Two of them. Sad.
Yeah, and then even the next couple of years. I think Cody Rhodes said he re-signed his last contract, which I believe is like he has 3 or 4 more years left in the business. I think
Really?
Jimmy and Jay, I think the next couple of years. There's a lot of them. But it was also cool seeing Regal as well, Retro. That's a good point to say War Games. That was funny.
Oh, yeah. Cody is 40 years old, but still, damn. I didn't even know he was that old.
Yeah, but next Monday, I do want to let you guys know that I probably will be doing a live watch along here on the We Are Wrestling channel for Monday Night Raw, just because I feel like it is going to be one of the biggest ones. And if it's not, I'm going to tell Danny to eat shit. All right. Well, let's move on to our last TV recap here. Last night on WWE NXT, we got left with a cliffhanger. Ricky Saints retained his championship against Trick Williams and comes out Obafemi to close off the show with a cliffhanger. Didn't say anything at all. Just left it as this.
Barely saw him.
What was your thoughts on the Obafemi return to NXT?
Did Triple H direct that episode last night? Like, cause he pulled a last second CM Punk in Chicago, just like out of nowhere.
Or he had to say. He had to have had to say in that.
Worst kept secret that was. But yeah, I'm excited because I started paying more attention to Obafemi once I've heard rumors that he was going to be coming up to the main roster. He lost the titles. Now what is he going to do? And I think I was talking about that a few weeks back too. I've gotten to the point where I'm just excited to see what's going on in NXT now. Because they're getting good. Honestly, they're low key cooking right now, and I think and this may be a hot take, but I think NXT's been kind of cooking more than SmackDown recently.
I don't think that's a hot take. There's a lot of people that like NXT more than Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah. So I was excited. I was watching that entire episode last night, and there were some other things I'm going to get to later on. But as far as Obafemi return, I'm excited to see what they're going to do. If he's going to challenge Ricky Saints or maybe go after Trick Williams again. Who knows?
I'm not happy about this, and I'm with Alex Johnson here with this take. I want someone like an Obafemi to win the Intercontinental Championship for John Cena. I want Obafemi to be the one to win the John Cena tournament and be the one to face John Cena in his final match, because I think that Obafemi is that next guy. He really is, and he proved it. He has proved it. Why are we bringing somebody that is main roster ready back to NXT? Why are we doing this? Why are we recycling and doing the same thing over and over again? Honestly, and here's the thing too. I see your comment, Danny Huggins, in the live chat talking about it would be cool to book Obafemi to beat Gunter and then to beat John Cena. WWE doesn't like to take that risk, and that is what the problem is with the Triple H era of World Wrestling Entertainment. That is the problem. They don't let their stars sink or swim. And Obafemi is somebody who I think if you throw that man into the deep ocean, he is going to fucking swim. And I think Obafemi, that is the perfect way to bring him up to the main roster. Put him in this tournament, let him dominate, him versus Gunter in the finals of the tournament, have him beat Gunter, and there you go. Him versus John Cena in Cena's farewell match. That right there, you are setting up the next monster in the WWE right there.
Let's not forget too. There are so many days left that we can do anything with John Cena. There are so many opponents. Obafemi is one of them that could be a great match with John Cena. Low key, I'm still kind of rooting for Edge. Low key, I'm kind of rooting it to be Edge.
It's not happening. I'm sorry to break it to you. Keep dreaming.
Until the bell rings, I'm gonna think Edge is gonna be the opponent. There could be a last second injury.
And I would give you some tissues, but you are a little bit farther away from me. If it was driving distance, from Danny or Ben's house, I can stop by your house and give you tissues, but I would have to take a plane to do that. So please don't get your hopes up and then cry. There's nothing I can do.
Just bring the title with you, because I'll take it anyways. I'm taking it as Survivor Series anyways.
Ray's got the belt.
I'll just win it. My bad. Yeah, for now. So,
but I don't get it, because it's a lose-lose situation. If you're having him work with Ricky, that's not good for Ricky if he loses the title right away, because he's starting to pick up momentum, and then vice versa. You have Obafemi lose to Ricky twice. You can't do that with his win-loss record. He can't lose to a little guy like Ricky fucking Saints.
But wouldn't that wouldn't ruin Ricky's momentum?
That is a big lose-lose situation.
That's a lose-win. That's a lose for Obafemi, but that's a win for Ricky Saints.
Okay, but Ricky Saints losing to Obafemi, that's a huge loss for Ricky because he's picking up momentum with the title. You can't have him lose to Oba again.
February. He's still new.
But he just won the title.
He won the title. He just won the belt. He retained it twice. And he won the NXT North American title. I get that.
But I don't want him to have a short NXT world title run. He's somebody that should have a long run with the belt. I want to see what he could do as a face of a company. Because a lot of people want to compare this man to The Rock. They want to compare this man to MJF. They want to compare him to these main event greats. He needs to have a long title run. And he's actually having a good run right now. So why are we going to have him lose the title to Obafemi? Obafemi does not need to be in NXT.
Earlier, he does not need to be about having Nia Jax put people over. Obafemi can put Ricky Saints over before they put Obafemi to the main roster.
No. Nia Jax has had her time, Dan. She's won championship. She's wrestled WrestleManias. Oba has not done that yet. If anything, people need to be putting Oba over. That's why Oba needs to go to the main roster because NXT, he's too good.
So would you rather have him fight with Trick Williams then?
No! Main roster. Put him in the Last Time Is Now tournament. Him and Gunter in the finals. Have him beat Gunter. Have him beat John Cena in his final match.
I hate to say it, Donnie, but he's still in NXT at this point. What are they going to do besides tournament? I don't know. I'm not in charge of creative, but I'm just saying he's still in NXT not to disappoint you or anything. But
if Obafemi wins the NXT title, he's staying on NXT. He's main roster ready. I think there's not one person.
Main roster ready. I agree with you.
He is main roster ready.
I agree he's main roster ready. Yeah, I agree with that. The problem is there's just so many feuds and storylines. Where is he going to fit in besides the tournament?
The tournament is such a perfect way to bring him up. Because John Cena, I want to make this is a great point by We Are Wrestling member Angelo. I want to share this. Angelo says, the way Cena keeps talking, he is basically saying he wants to put someone over on his way out. But Gunter is already over. He retired Oberg and has been champion 70% of the time.
That's why I agree Gunter should not be the last opponent.
It should be Obafemi. This would set Obafemi up for massive success, and you could even have the Intercontinental title on the line. And then imagine that. Obafemi gets close to beating Gunter's record as IC champion. There you go. Gunter and Obafemi feuding at some point with the IC belt involved. The story, it's not rocket science.
It's not rocket science. Slower than a slow cooker cooking. And booking and creative.
Wait, hold on, Tyra. We do have a different opinion. I disagree making the IC title a bucket list prop just for the sake of it. So expect Cena dropping the title to a new Ruthless Aggression moment. No, because that would make Obafemi a star by having him do.
LA Knight also has a mystery opponent too.
That title prestigious.
Yeah.
Oh, Javon versus Gunter is gonna cook. I think we all can agree on that.
Oh yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Maybe this is a one-off. Maybe they're doing this to try to see if we'll speak out, and maybe they'll bring him up to the main roster. We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. But I don't like it. I think he's ready. He's been ready.
And I'm not disagreeing with you there.
He's somebody that I seriously think, just like Braun Breaker, could literally be the face of WWE. They could be building the company around this man. That's why I feel so passionate about my opinion.
I wanted to point out too that Trick Williams has been main roster ready for years, but for some reason he's sticking into NXT.
I will say this: he is main roster ready, but one of the things which he has improved a lot this year, especially with the TNA partnership, the in-ring work has been always one of his. He's good, but he's not great. But I do agree with you. He is main roster ready. I'm on the fact. I'm a Trick Williams fan.
I know there's people.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. Beating Cena didn't work for Theory. Okay, but that was around the time when they didn't even know who was fucking running creative. Come on, Eric. Come on.
They didn't even know what Austin Theory was capable of, too.
And I'm telling you, if you throw wrestlers into the deep end, some of them will sink, of course, but there will be other people that will swim, and it will benefit the WWE for the next 10 years. But you got to take that risk. You have to. And I think that's one of the biggest problems that Triple H has with his creative. But that's another topic for another day. But now,
we can go on for hours with that.
But let's get into the We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. And starting things off, let's talk about the picture.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me.
He's back.
God bless you.
Hey! Moxley's just as crazy as him.
No, Ricky! Bullshit!
They do it too sometimes. I'll be catching it.
It's me.
I guess we're not talking about Chris Jericho's
Stop
picture right
playing.
now.
But that's my opinion.
He's so over.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you. What's up, We Are Wrestling? It's been a minute. It's Ricky knows best. Shout out to the best one. Shout out to Uncle Ben, and then shout out to both the Danielsons. Now, let me get into this WWE and West Side Gun situation. First off, WWE and TKO, whatever. Whoever's the reason, Triple H, Nick Khan, whoever's the reason at this point, WWE, y'all just being petty at this point, extremely to the max. Because West Side Gun, he is a die-hard professional wrestling fan. I see this man literally go to literally a lot of your events, spends mad money, buys mad merch, shout y'all out in literally a lot of songs, pays tribute, has artwork of y'all. This guy has done everything in professional, like as a fan in professional wrestling, and has brought it to the hip hop side. A lot of wrestling fans on the hip hop side, like a lot of them, they watch wrestling because of West Side Gun and his music. Just like Wu-Tang with the karate stuff back in the days. West Side Gun has brought that same energy, but to professional wrestling and his music. And then he gets kicked out of Monday Night Raw 3 minutes into the show in his own city for reasons unknown and stupid. Why would WWE at this point is petty, and I lost a lot of respect for WWE in his own city. And a cease and desist. In my opinion, the cease and desist doesn't make no type of sense whatsoever. It's petty. Like I said, it's just plain stupid. WWE lost mad points for me. I lost a lot of respect for WWE after this, man. Because I'm a hip-hop head and a wrestling head. But I'm really hip-hop first. Especially in this type of situation. Because if hip-hop is getting paid homage and West Side Gun has been shown respect, that's the little kid in him. And he's bringing it now into his music. But now, y'all suing him. Y'all trying to do legal fees, cease and desist over paying homage. Literally, some of the dumbest stuff in the world WWE can do. Whoever defends WWE, I'm not hearing it. Like, I don't care what none of y'all say. I'm blocking y'all on sight. Because y'all don't know the true meaning of actually being a fan, spending thousands, not even thousands, probably millions of dollars supporting your product. And some people might call it free promo. I get it somewhat. I get it. I understand it. But it's petty at the end of the day. Hip-hop has always shown respect to professional wrestling. Hip-hop and wrestling are literally two sides of the same coins. Wrestling fans completely that don't listen to hip-hop would never understand it because they're just going to be like, oh, we're going to defend WWE. Oh, it's their thing. Like, y'all don't understand the true meaning of respect. And now, a lot of wrestling fans, a lot of hip-hop fans are going to stop messing with wrestling offense alone. In WWE, y'all took a L. Y'all got one more strike on me. If something like this ever happens again, it's a wrap for y'all, for me, WWE. And y'all mad at Westside Gun low key because he goes to other events, TNA events, AEW events. This man goes to literally a lot of wrestling events, and he has his own wrestling company called Fourth Row Wrestling, by the way. Go to watch it. It's very beautiful. But yeah, WWE, I got one more chance and y'all petty. I'm team hip hop first over wrestling. I am a wrestling head, don't get it twisted. But I am team hip hop until I'm gone. But that's my opinion on it. It's really stupid and it made me mad. But let me know what y'all think. Please.
Welcome back, Ricky Knows Best. Wow. Woo. Damn.
Shout out, Ricky. Wasn't that nice surprise? That's cool.
I was not expecting him to actually talk about that. Like, putting my producer hat on. Like, I just told him to make a video about something wrestling related because we miss him on the We Are Wrestling pod. And I didn't even have this on the weekly news and rumors. So let's talk about it.
I heard nothing about it. I was kind of looking it up while he was talking, and yeah, I didn't know. I didn't hear about it until now. It sucks.
Yeah, so pretty much Westside Gun, in case you guys don't know, he's a successful rapper, and he was at Raw this past Monday and got kicked out. Or his last Monday, I don't even remember really. But not surprised Ricky's return is something that's hip-hop wrestling related. But honestly, I'm not surprised by this if he does do work for AEW, because you have to realize, like, if you're not WWE for life, if you're not TKO supporter, you're not a Triple H supporter, then of course, like, they're not going to want you there. But it is also stupid on WWE's part. But it's also stupid on WWE's part because it's not like Westside Gun has an AEW contract. Like, yeah, he does a couple of the guys' theme songs. He goes to some of the shows. But, like, making them choose one or the other, that's just bullshit tribalism that I can't stand. So, honestly, I'm with Ricky on this one. I don't think he's wrong.
So,
it was Albany, New York.
I found a picture. It was Buffalo, actually.
Buffalo, yeah.
That's being escorted out of WWE Raw at KeyBank Center in Buffalo, but that was back in March. So this must have happened either more than once, or I'm looking at the wrong picture. And then the article here was dated for November 10th.
Recent. Yeah, it was recent. That I do know. But,
okay, so maybe this happened more than once then. But yeah, that's apparently he spent $5,000 for a seat at a Monday Night Raw showing, and then he gets kicked out. This was 2 days ago. So
wait a minute, Angelo, you should ask him about the Jericho situation and if he wants him back or not. Oh, there was a thing that happened with Jericho and Westside Gun in like AEW or something when Jericho was there. If so, Angelo, let us know what it was. But Eric saying definitely wrong. They had to have a reason. What was it? I don't know, man. I don't know what the reason was. I really didn't look too much into this.
He does have ties in the AEW, so maybe that's why. But a lot of people have ties in the AEW now these days.
Yeah, but I feel like we need more information on this. But I will say the thing that I'm shocked about is WWE still has one more strike with Ricky. I thought by now they already struck out a long time ago, but I guess not. I guess they have one more strike until he's ready to snap. But welcome back, Ricky Knows Best. Loved it. Oh man, I hope this is every week. I hope we get Ricky Knows Best every week. Let your voices be heard. We are Wrestling Maniacs. Let your voices be heard. No.
I'll have to look into it more because I'm a hip hop fan myself and I had nothing about that or heard nothing about that. So it'll be interesting to see what I look up.
All right. And this is exactly why I was shocked when I saw the pic of Jericho and KO. I know how petty they are and he eats shit.
I was just about to say that. Oh no.
Well, speaking of Chris Jericho, we're not talking about Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho picture anymore, Danny. We're talking about a picture that Jericho posted on his 55th birthday, which was the day after mine, of a selfie of him looking incredible. Massive transformation from what he was looking like at AEW. What's your thoughts on this? Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's got their speculations with Jericho now with this picture. Him coming back.
He needs to have like a bodybuilding battle between him and who plays Wolverine.
Although I'm not a DC Marvel guy, I can't tell you.
Fuck. Why am I brain farting right now? Anyways, I was just kind of referring to the Deadpool movie. Anyways, Chris Jericho is WWE ready. Looks just like he never left, to be quite honest. And then I don't know, like the way he posted it too. I mean, yeah, it was for his birthday, but the timely manner on it, it was kind of interesting. Hugh Jackman, thank you. Yes, Hugh Jackman. He plays Wolverine. Yeah, they need to have a battle between.
Wow, I'm such a fucking idiot. I know Hugh Jackman.
I'm a nerd, so they just immediately thought that. But as far as the picture goes, I am excited because it really does look like he never left WWE. Yeah, he did the title reigns and did everything he could at AEW. To be quite honest, he kind of helped build it along with Cody. Like once Cody left, it was like Chris Jericho's show, and he was one of the bigger names there. So once his contract is out, he's gonna walk in back in the WWE like, hey, I'm back. What's up? And the pop is gonna be huge. But first of all, happy birthday, Chris Jericho. Happy belated birthday. If you're all watching this podcast, I wanted to say shout out and hope to see you back.
Where's my happy belated birthday?
I sent it to you in the chat. Plus, I wish you a birthday on Facebook. Plus, it's too belated now. It's too belated now. It's just like, yeah, okay, cool. Birthday was last month. Oh, happy belated last month birthday. But I'm excited. It's just something to be hopeful for. And when I saw that video when you were with him, it just shows what the kind of guy he is. So it's interesting to see what plays out.
Timing is everything, and this all makes sense. Jericho has had a successful 30-year career in professional wrestling, one of the greatest of all time, especially reinventing himself time after time. And that's how you stay relevant in this business. And man, Chris Jericho looks incredible. He is definitely in WWE shape. And I want to point out something that Rage said in the live chat, not in the live chat, in our group messages that are private. And I'm going to give him all the credit here because he's the one that made this take before we actually went live. He thinks Chris Jericho is going to return at Survivor Series because we have gotten returns every year for the past few years. I could see it being Survivor Series possibly. Like, I could see it happening. But, man, Jericho, I can't wait to see what they do because I feel like he is going to have the perfect ending to such a successful career. And he looks great.
Facts. I can see that doing.
And that's the thing I'm seeing. And I'm also seeing AEW fans pissed off about the comments he's making about TNA, like drawing a house and looking like a legitimate number 2 promotion. And it's like AEW fans need to just move on. Jericho does not fit in AEW's timeline in 2025 and 2026. Jericho did everything he could to put that company on the map. He was one of the reasons why one of the big reasons why they signed him was to add legitimacy to their promotion, got him a television deal with TNT, Warner Brothers Discovery. The first ever AEW world champion, put over so many talented guys over there who are having successful careers. He did more than enough for All Elite Wrestling. And you'd be foolish to say you want him to end his career in AEW, when in reality, we all want him to end his career in the WWE, doing it the right way. That's like saying Kobe Bryant going to like the Utah Jazz or going to the Brooklyn Nets to have one final season. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
he needs to end his career in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform, which is what he did. And that's why Jericho needs to go back to WWE and have this last final run, get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, sign a Legends deal, get some new action figures, be immortalized forever. It's the way to go for him.
I was about to say, did you know Kobe Bryant passed away? Yeah, you're exactly right, Donnie. He does not deserve to be in AEW anymore because it's a lot of younger talent. No disrespect to Chris Jericho himself. There's a lot of younger talent that is just the main storylines these days. Yeah, of course.
No, but it's
Adam
not.
Copeland
But it's not
and
that.
Person are still there.
Yeah,
It's
but
just he's done everything.
But here's why I'm saying him going back to WWE makes sense, because WWE is storytelling based. AEW, they did do a lot of storytelling and stuff in the first couple of years of their promotion, but now they're trying to replicate what New Japan Pro Wrestling is doing, and they're focusing more on the 5-star matches, the oh my god chants, the high spots. Jericho has been in the business for over 30 years. He's 55 years old. He doesn't need to be doing Canadian destroyers, jumping through glass. Not in maybe friggin' 30 years ago, yes, but not now. That's why I'm saying WWE is the perfect place for him to end his career. He doesn't fit. Like, the Learning Tree stuff wasn't even that good towards the end of his career because AEW was going into a new program. They were doing something new, focusing more on the in-ring stuff than the entertainment side of it.
Honestly, even if he just goes, you just made the list once a week for the next 52 weeks, I'll be happy.
Me too.
Because even if he just does a manager role, that'd be a great. I mean, obviously he's not going to just be a manager, but I'm saying, like, just having him back in WWE, it's where he belongs. It's time. His contract is over. It's due time. Cena will be gone. There's not much talent that he can work with again left.
But there's a lot of talent and that's also to another thing. There's lots of talented guys on the WWE roster that I think if they got the Jericho rub, that could help them get to the next level. And some of those names I want to point out. I think LA Knight, you put him in a program with Chris Jericho and it gets massively over with the fans. Maybe that's what leads LA Knight to getting a proper world championship run that we know is never going to happen. Another good example, Carmelo Hayes.
Can you imagine?
Another guy who's got some arrogance, like a young Jericho. Having them work together. Maybe Jericho giving Melo that rub could help him get to that next level of his career. There's so many positives that outweigh the negatives to where this just makes sense. And especially now with this picture that I think is definitely telling you more than a Kevin Owens and Jericho picture. Jericho is going to WWE. It's confirmed. And he's ready. Jericho versus Breaker. That's another good one.
Honestly, I would give Rage so much props if he called it and said he's going to, and he actually like comes back during Survivor Series.
And exactly, Danny. That's a good point. All people did was bitch about Jericho taking up TV time the last 2 years at AEW. Exactly. Because AEW is going in a new direction. The fans don't want to see what we get on WWE programming. Obviously, we all prefer the way WWE does things, but there's that fan base that does prefer the spots and the holy shit stuff. And Jericho, I think, just doesn't fit what AEW is doing right now. And it doesn't have to be an ugly breakup either. Like, I would love to see Jericho years from now make appearances on Dynamite or AEW pay-per-views. Maybe eventually get inducted into the AEW Hall of Fame. But right now, he needs to end his career in WWE. That's where I want his last match to be. And I think every pro wrestling fan can agree with that.
Chris Jericho versus Penta?
I don't really like that matchup.
As much as I love Penta, I don't know. Maybe
I
not
love
right
Penta
away.
too. But some people, I don't know. There's some people that work, some people that don't.
Yeah, I think they both have different wrestling styles. be quite honest.
Ooh, like they would have Jericho return, either go back to the learning tree or the Callis family. Exactly. And it just, like, Jericho's a star. And that's like one of the things, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about this. During his final run in AEW the last couple of years, that's what I complained about. I wanted Jericho to take time away from AEW TV because he's somebody that's so good at like reinventing himself to where like he's so good at being a surprise, a special act. And like having him on TV every week over and over and over and over and over and over again, doing the same thing over and over and over again, it gets old. And that's why we need him to go back to WWE. Because that one final run, you know he's going to do something special when he comes back.
When he comes back, who would you want him to feud with first? New talent or rekindle the wounds of a feud that he had back in the day?
Damn.
Because I was thinking CM Punk. If he is going to come back during Survivor Series, I don't want it right away either. But given how LA Knight might not be in the War Games itself or the PLE.
Yeah, that's who I would want. I would want Seth Rollins if he wasn't sidelined. Logan Paul.
Yeah, if he wasn't sidelined.
Yes. Honestly, I want Logan Paul to be the first guy for Jericho. I think I'm convinced.
Chris Jericho and Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho and CM Punk. Logan Paul, I can see.
Start him off.
LA Knight, I want to see him first.
Ooh.
That's who I want.
No, I want LA Knight. I want WrestleMania to be LA Knight and Jericho. Doesn't have to be the first program.
Yeah.
WrestleMania, LA Knight versus Jericho, that has money written all over it. That's a perfect.
We have plenty of time to talk about it.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure we will be fantasy booking. I
would say probably my first one would be LA Knight.
Yeah. But all right, let's move on now to Ridge Holland's life update, part 3. He is still making the news. Here we go. So we do have some notes here that I am going to read. On his YouTube channel, he regrets putting out those tweets. Said he needed to vent because what WWE did was after the venting, they pretty much terminated his contract. Then on a GoFundMe page, there is a GoFundMe page from one of his family members to pretty much help Hollins during this time because obviously he's dealing with injuries, so he can't just instantly like go and wrestle on the independents every weekend. And some of the names that donated to him was Chelsea Green, Nick Jackson, Kyle Fletcher. They all donated $1,000 each, with Chelsea contributing $1,000 per month. Ridge Holland made a statement that he was unaware that the GoFundMe would be set up for him and will be donating the money raised to charity. And he said, I sincerely apologize if this page caused any upset or offense. That was never the intention. Thank you for understanding and kindness. Then Luke, that's his real name, had the GoFundMe closed due to online backlash. And he did say he will be donating the money back to charity once he's back on his feet and has recouped the amount of money that was donated in those 24 hours. Then on Busted Open Radio, he did reveal that WWE is going to be paying for the neck fusion surgery that he has to get after this upcoming surgery with his injury currently. So they'll be taking care of all that, which is good news for him. What's your thoughts on all this updated news on Ridge Holland?
So last part again, I was reading something that I had in my browser. You said he was going to help pay for Big E surgery?
No, I said basically WWE is going to pay for his neck fusion surgery because I guess he has to get his neck repaired. Holland's, yes.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that is a good interview, Diddy. The Busted Open Radio that he did. That was a good interview.
I haven't watched that one yet. As far just the whole situation is.
Hey, Danny, if you wanna hop in here and share your thoughts on the Ridge Holland stuff.
It kind of sucks too. And as far as Danny's comment goes, like kind of feel bad for the guy. WWE had it out for him since the Big E incident.
Not just WWE. Hold on, pause. Wait a minute. I need to say one thing. Not only did WWE have it out for him, the Fans had it out for him. And I even made this point not that long ago. I never understood why, and I think I said this last week on the show. Why did Ridge Hollins get all of this hatred for ending Big E's career accidentally, but then Samoa Joe accidentally ended Tyson Kidd's career, and Samoa Joe didn't really face backlash from the fans. So, like, you can't really play favoritism when it comes to this stuff. It's serious. And in this business, you have to realize that accidents do happen.
Yeah. They were giving Kairi Sane a hard time too with her back-to-back injuries to the what's her name? Zoe Stark and somebody else. Forgot the other one. But
yeah.
What I'm gonna say is, like, Big E was a top star at the time too, and they had big plans for him. So I can see that's why WWE had it out for him. And anytime, whether it was intentional or not, if you injure a top star that they had going on for him, aka like a cash cow, for example, like your leash is gonna get shorter. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You have
You
a
become
shorter
a
leash now.
liability.
Like,
exactly.
their eyes are gonna be closer zoned in on you, and booking may or may not come by you, at this point.
We got a special guest here.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody, man? I was watching, decided to hop in and give my take on
Danny,
this. So
you missed the perfect opportunity.
What?
You missed the perfect opportunity. Last week, Donnie came in and immediately said, "Eat shit," and you came in same thing as last week.
I said it at the end. I said it at the end.
Eat shit, Donnie. So I did watch the Busted Open interview yesterday, and I mean, you gotta kind of feel bad for the guy. He's been getting railroaded in each end. He was on the main roster for a lot of years or whatever. The Brawling Brutes and all that, and then when he got moved to NXT, 58% pay cut, which is horrible, financially or whatever. So he did clarify on the Busted Open interview. You did talk about it. He is going to be using the 10,000 or however much that got raised for the GoFundMe for his personal use, and whenever he's able to work again, he said he has some signings lined up. Whenever he's able to make that money back, he's gonna be individually giving it back to each individual person that has donated the money to him. He was gonna donate the money to charity, but like he said in the interview yesterday, he doesn't want to just pick one charity to donate it to because not everybody's going to be able to agree on certain things. So he's just going to reach out to GoFundMe, get everybody's information, and send everybody their money back individually. So,
yeah, and also, like, I want to address too, like, from Eric's comment, you're right, Donnie, but it is wrestling, and playing favorites is what we do. We all do it. You're right. Absolutely. Yeah. And Samoa Joe's one of my favorites, but I've always said it since the very first episode that I did here in the studio with Daddy, not even on StreamYard or live. I will call things out the way I see them, and I will call it out like it is. Samoa Joe's been always one of my all-time favorites, and I've been saying this since the injury because everybody has given Ridge Hollins shit since ending Big E's career. In this business, accidents do happen. But if you're going to give all this hatred to Ridge Hollins for an accident that happened, that he didn't do this intentionally, then where's his energy at with Samoa Joe? And I'm not trying to hate on Samoa Joe because he is one of my favorites and accidents do happen. But if you're going to be shitting on Ridge Hollins, then you need to be shitting on friggin' Samoa Joe.
Yep.
And it's not right.
The way I look at it is...
And I like Ridge Hollins, too. That's why, like, when the injury happened, I was sad. I was like,
the way I see it is, like, when you become a pro wrestler, like, you know what the risks are at the end of the day. Like, I'm pretty sure that's, like, the one thing... That's, like, the first thing they tell you as you're entering, pro wrestling school, whatever. Like, you could do a suplex, and, I mean, look at Chris Bay. He literally got paralyzed from, having a neck breaker done to him. Like, the most common of moves that could possibly be done. You probably learned that the first week of your fucking training.
And you do it 1,000 times.
Exactly. And like, you got paralyzed or whatever. So like, I don't think he should be getting as much shit as he does because of the whole Biggie incident. Because like, I know for a fact he didn't mean to do it. It just, I mean, bro, Biggie is a big guy to be fucking doing a belly to belly suplex. Now,
but here, like, before you say like what you're gonna say, that's the thing I hate is like all this energy, like of everybody saying like, oh, he doesn't deserve the hate. Of course, they're saying it now when he has the GoFundMe. They're saying it now when he's not employed, having a WWE contract anymore. Like, I know I'm not saying you in particular. I'm talking about just fans in general in the IWC.
Bro, I've been saying this for the long. I've been saying this for the longest time, bro. Pro wrestling has the most toxic fucking fan base on the fucking face of this earth.
Just about to say that the IWC is one of the most controversial.
The IWC is filled with some of the most shittiest, most hateful fucking people, and like making content and like putting yourself out there about your wrestling opinions or whatever. Like, we know firsthand because of some of the comments that we get. You know what I mean?
Yep, and we don't tolerate that shit. You get your freaking, if you want to be a troll and you want to fucking shoot bullshit, we block you straight up. We have built such a positive community here in the We Are Wrestling universe.
It's a huge reason why I stopped using Twitter, because like, I mean, there's fucking people in the IWC that have pushed pro wrestlers that are fucking using Twitter.
Oh, I'm addicted to Twitter.
Mick Foley doesn't use Twitter anymore. Eddie Kingston doesn't use Twitter anymore. Seth Rollins doesn't use Twitter anymore. Like, CM Punk doesn't use Twitter anymore. None of them use Twitter anymore because of fucking like the toxic fan base of the IWC. So, but you're never going to get people that agree on certain things. There's always going to be these hateful people out there that assume Rich Holland did that on purpose, which we know for a fact is not.
Oh yeah, even Reddit sucks too. The IWC over there.
I've never been on Reddit, and I don't plan on ever being on fucking Reddit.
Me either. I can only deal with Twitter.
The only thing I know about Reddit is the fucking there's a bunch of pro wrestling content creators that make Reddit videos and hot take videos and shit.
Oh, I do want to say real quick though, speaking of like social media, because like we're kind of shitting on it right now. One positive thing that came out of Twitter and X, man, huge congratulations to Lex Luger. Getting to climb his ladder and getting the Trimistry. First time in over 2 decades he's been able to do this. So honestly, I have to shout out Lex Luger.
I have one of those step ladders in the kitchen, and I climbed on it, and I asked Vicky if I could fucking like do a crossbody on her, but she wasn't having it.
Not surprised by that.
But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys get back to your show. Everybody that gives a shit, go to my channel, subscribe. I will be live at around 7:00, and we'll be watching AEW Blood and Guts tonight, man. So I'll be doing an AEW show.
Yeah, join Danny after we're done with our live episode of the pod.
After they're done, come on over to my channel and have some more fun. We're gonna watch AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts. So
I'm sure we won't be going on till when this thing.
Well, Danny, I hope you eat some bloody shit. That's right. I got the last laugh right there.
I'm sure with Danny and I on the podcast today, we won't be going into AEW when it starts. So hopefully.
Yep. All right. Well, with Rich Hollins, we obviously do wish him nothing but the very best here on the We Are Wrestling pod. And hopefully things get better for him. I'm glad the WWE is going to be paying for the surgery still. And hopefully he comes back better than ever. Whatever he does decide to do, hopefully he's successful. And We Are Wrestling, we're cheering for him all the way. But let's move on now to our next We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors topic. And oh man, we got some WWE TKO drama. During an interview with the main event with Andrew, TKO president Mark Sharpio says WWE needs to take the torch and move past PLEs created by Vince McMahon. Here's what he said during this interview, and I quote, "They never seem exhausted. They're ready to take on a new shot, a new risk, a new opportunity. Hey, Nick, let's talk about launching a new event. Right now, a lot of our PLEs were created by Vince McMahon. We need to get in the business of taking that torch and moving past that. And Nick Khan and Triple H created WrestlePalooza. which is the launch event of our new ESPN deal, which did incredibly well and may turn into a super franchise. Not to mention, from a merch standpoint, I don't need to tell you, securing the IP rights and then selling the merch to WrestlePalooza, let's just say it was a real winner. What's your thoughts on this new approach by TKO? Do you think that we need to get out with the old and get in with the new? Because it's definitely an interesting discussion.
I think we could do both without erasing his legacy. The guy created this entire company, and I get that like he's had allegations against him, but like, okay, I know they're not the same. Okay, I'm gonna preface this, audio listeners or people watching. I want to preface this: not the same people. Ed Gein, Jeffrey Dahmer, every fucking mass serial killer has done this, like done murder after murder after murder. We're still talking about him to this day, even though we're trying to get rid of their legacy or like make a new documentary about it. The guy's gonna live forever. His legacy is cemented in the WWE, WWF, way back in the day. So whether or not we delete all the PLEs that he created, the fact that we're talking about the PLEs that we created or that he created, we're continuing on with his legacy. If we're gonna be talking about all the PLEs, talking about getting rid of his legacy, we're just creating more positive media for the guy. What I'm saying is no matter what we do, whether we keep the PLEs, whether we delete them, the guy's still going to be there after he's long and gone. Boris,
Exactly.
I understand your opinion.
He said, fuck his legacy.
We can't say that and then continue on watching WWE because we are watching the very thing that he created. That's like
they're never, and that's the thing, they're never going to be able to take that away. Like, you can't change the name WWE.
No,
you can't.
I understand creating new PLEs like WrestlePalooza, which in my opinion was mid, but it wasn't bad.
Garbage. Even ESPN gave it an F.
I was going to give it
like
a C
Crocker.
minus, but still,
Crocker.
like Paul Heyman created WrestlePalooza. That's awesome. And if we're going to create new PLEs, that's even better. Erasing Vincent McMahon's legacy is not going to do anything positive or negative for TKO at this point. TKO is being petty as fuck, and Ricky knows that's alluded to it earlier too. One more point is, if we're going to delete the PLEs, we might as well delete the wrestlers that were here back when Vince was running. Because if we're going to delete everything that he ever created, we might as well delete the wrestlers that he booked for, he created, he sharpened, he threw out in the deep end, as you say, Donnie, and rather the sink or swim. And now they're, top tier stars that are running the business. We might as well fire them and throw them into different companies, because if we're going to get rid of Vince's legacy, we're not just going to have to get rid of the PLEs. We're going to have to get rid of everything he created.
Let's not forget. One more
Hall
thing.
of Fame next year. We're not going to put Shane McMahon in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, I'm going to tag myself in, because also another thing too. All right, you want to get rid of the PLEs that Vince McMahon created. Just like you said, you're going to have to get rid of the stars that he created, because he created these larger-than-life superstars. And there's a reason why John Cena has been having such a successful farewell tour with all the new merchandise that he'd be coming out with, going to every city. You kidding me? TKO right now is capitalizing on it, and they're making a lot of money. But another thing, what are they going to do now? They're going to get rid of all of the stipulation matches that Vince McMahon created through the years. Vince created the ladder match. Vince created the Elimination Chamber. Vince created all these matches that we've gotten. Money in the Bank. He was a part of the creative meetings with Pat Patterson pitching him the Royal Rumble back in the day. Like, you're never going to be able to get rid of the guy who created WWE, because he was there for so long. And he turned a business that he bought from his father, Vince McMahon Sr., into a multi-billion-dollar business. And I will say this. I agree with Nate L on this comment right here. Got to keep the 4 major pay-per-views. I agree. You cannot get rid of the Royal Rumble. You cannot do that, because who cares about Vince's legacy? You cannot disrespect Pat Patterson's legacy. because that is one of the greatest stipulations, greatest pay-per-views that WWE has ever created. One of the best traditions every January, getting a 30-man Royal Rumble.
Say what you want about Vince McMahon and whether you hate him or love him. You gotta respect the thing that he created. Like, we're fans of it to this day, and he's not even anywhere near the company
of the things he's created, not the person he is.
And it's a double-edged sword because Triple H, who is help running the head of creative WWE, was one of the superstars that Vince McMahon created. So if you're going to get rid of his legacy altogether, don't just double down. Why not? Call their bluff. Get rid of the PLEs, get rid of the superstars that he created. One of the superstars is Triple H. What are you going to do if you get rid of Triple H?
Yeah, and then also, like, WrestleMania. That's another thing. Like, you can't get rid of WrestleMania. That's our Super Bowl. That's the WWE Super Bowl.
That's the wrestling Super Bowl, yeah.
SummerSlam, that's the biggest party of the summer. Survivor Series always been like a November Thanksgiving style tradition.
Yeah.
So I believe, like, as long as you keep the 4 major PLEs, I'm okay with them trying new things, because I don't like the match stipulation pay-per-views, which we kind of gotten away from. Hell in the Cell. We still have Money in the Bank. I know they got rid of TLC a long time ago. Like, I don't like those stipulation pay-per-views. And I do like that NXT goes back and they do, like, the little, like, PLEs, like, back in the day, like the No Mercies and stuff. I do like that. And I will say, if WWE wants to succeed, like, they have to come up with some new stuff. But for them to, like, use WrestlePalooza as, like, their poster baby child, like, you didn't create WrestlePalooza.
Paul
Heyman created it.
I still think that they should have done this or made it public.
Yes, put Money in the Bank back on WrestleMania.
I think if they were to get anywhere with the fans back on their side, they should bring back the PLDs or pay-per-views that Vince created.
Yes, and then they can add their own twist to it.
And who, I don't know who put it in the chat just now. Angela, we still got War Games, which needs to go. Yes, that's what I was going to say. They bring back Raw versus SmackDown, and now versus NXT. I think it was the last time it was just me and you, Donnie. We were talking about bringing that back, and now that they have these different companies like AAA, TNA,
with brand split and stuff.
Brand split. We had who's the best brand, and that whether, like, for TNA, for example, that can only help their chances of being the number 2 show. They're shooting themselves in the foot. It's fucking annoying. There's so much better stuff that they could do.
And that's the thing. Like, I'm all for them trying new things, but, like, you can't say, like, you're trying to get rid of all these old, like, you're going out with the old, in with the new, and you're taking Paul Heyman's idea of WrestlePalooza. Yeah. Like, if you're going to do something new, do something new. Just as long as you are giving me my big 4, I'm okay.
Yeah, we need the big 4 so that.
But what they really need to do when it comes to PLEs, and if you disagree with me, please unsubscribe to the We Are Wrestling channel. We need to bring back the special themes for these pay-per-views. I want the unique stages back that we got during the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era. Bring these old school stages back. The rock music, the presentation of what a pay-per-view meant. You could do anything you want. I don't care, TKO. Just let's, like, do something good here.
I just feel like they're shooting themselves in the foot and not helping themselves. And the fact that we're even talking about this, it's ridiculous. That's like if you grab 2 lemons and squeeze the lemon juice out into a jar or a glass, and then you throw the lemons away. We're getting rid of those lemons. You know, those lemons are gone. We're deleting the lemon's legacy, but you still have the lemon juice. We're still going to consume it. We're still drinking the juice right now as we're talking about it. We're still wrestling fans growing up. We have younger fans watching WWE. We're still consuming the product. If we're going to delete the product and delete Vince's legacy, what are you going to do what you going to do? Sorry, ADHD. Yeah. What are you going to do once they get rid of everything that ties in with Vince McMahon? What are you gonna do next year? Like I was saying earlier, what are you gonna do next year about deleting Vince McMahon's legacy, but yet also going the other direction and inducting Stephanie McMahon into the WWE Hall of Fame? That's a McMahon. They're talking about inducting Shane McMahon in the next year or the year after.
Oh, I would love that.
That's a McMahon too. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do once you delete everything from the guy?
And I will say this, because
it's still gonna be here.
I do see some people going back and forth here about Survivor Series, like War Games, like they should take it away or not. I want to talk about more of that, like in our Survivor Series episode of the pod when we do give our predictions. But I am going to keep it short and sweet, like without giving a reason, because I do want to share my reason when we get there. Yep, that'll be all 4 of us. Here's what I want to say. I don't mind the War Games concept, but not every year a Survivor Series. Like, I do miss me some old traditional Survivor Series, like the 4-on-4, the 5-on-5s. Like, I miss that.
Yeah,
but
5-on-5, and then take one for each.
But also now rewinding back to the whole out with the old, in with the new. One of the things I want to talk about, because Danny kind of just reminded me here, new PLEs out of nowhere financially would ruin them. And I agree. And that's the thing about WWE. The reason why they're in the position that they're in, the reason why they're so successful is because of nostalgia.
Yep.
Nostalgia is what pro wrestling fans love about this business. And my whole collection here, my whole other YouTube channel is based off nostalgia and the things I grew up collecting, because it brings me back to a good, happy place. And that's the thing, like, especially like nowadays in pro wrestling, like a lot of people don't really like the high spots and the false finishes and the super duper WrestleMania cinematic 5-minute entrances on Monday Night Raw. Like, some of us we want the simpler things, the little things.
And this is kind of interesting, the timing wise. And this move my last point, but the time of it is interesting because we're only about a year or so later with WrestleMania 40. And if you want to talk nostalgia, dude, I fucking cried. I was so happy that the entire main event, Stone Cold didn't come out, which was disappointing, but the Undertaker, the pop, I watched that match to this day. That pop is still huge. John Cena came out, Seth Rollins with the Shield, like the whole nostalgia factor, and the crowd was eating it up like freshly made Thanksgiving dinner.
And you need that to keep people interesting. You want to keep, if that's what you need to do to keep things interesting, so that you keep us and we get invested into the new stars as well, which is why I am so
a fan.
That's why I am all for like these established guys putting over new talent, because without the new talent, we wouldn't be moving forward. But we also need to acknowledge the nostalgia, the past, because that is what made us fall in love with this right here, professional wrestling. The reason why we have a wrestling podcast that we do every Wednesday live, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because we love this business. And you can't get rid of the nostalgia. You can't go out with the old, in with the new.
Okay, so this is my last point. I apologize. A lot of the fans to this day, this current day, are people that are old enough. They're probably, dads at this point, and they want to bring their kids to the shows like how they were doing is when they were their age.
But imagine that, like,
they want to share the experience with them.
Man, imagine going to a show, right? And like just this past Monday on Raw, backstage. Because
Byron's my new fan. Byron's my new number fan.
I knew you were gonna say that, but backstage, like for example, like they show the stuff on the Titantron, like at these arenas. Like imagine a father bringing a son to Monday Night Raw in Boston, like because he's a fan of Cody Rhodes and he's a fan of some of the newer guys.
John Cena.
But then you get backstage. CM Punk saying William Regal. And then the dad's like the kid's like, oh, who's this? And like the dad is like, oh, I fucking used to hate him back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's excitement involved with that.
Exactly. And it drives conversation. Like,
dude, nostalgia is.
How else are we talking on a podcast
dude,
besides the weekly news and rumors for almost 2 hours every day? It's because we're talking about stuff that maybe happened in the past, or the fact that, you know, what they're doing in the wrestling ring nowadays that ties in with our past as we were growing up.
And speaking of putting over people in the past, let's get into our Getting Put Over segment. Every week we do this thing called the Getting Put Over segment. We pick one past, present, or future professional wrestler and we put them over. We talk about the defining moments, the accolades, the rivalries, the segments, and our biggest what-ifs. It's time to put a new wrestler over in the We Are Wrestling Getting Put Over segment. It's that time of the week. We are putting somebody over this week. And who are we putting over?
We are putting over the no other than Ricky Saints.
That's right. We're not really going back in the past for this one, so that was maybe a bad segue in our last topic there.
Ricky.
But we are going to be putting over Ricky Saints, Ricky Starks, whatever you want to call him. And here we go. The way we like to do this, if this is your first time, we talk about the accolades and we ask you guys favorite title run, favorite match, favorite segment, favorite year, favorite rivalry, dream opponent, and a what if scenario. And here we go with the accolades for Ricky Saints, Ricky Starks, and it all starts with NWA. He was a one-time National Wrestling Alliance television champion. Also a one-time FTW champion, which they used for a little bit in AEW. Horrible title. 2023, he was the Owen Hart Cup winner. Also a one-time AEW World Tag Team Champion with Big Bill, formerly known as Big Cass. In 2022, he was the ESPN Breakout Wrestler of the Year. He is a one-time NXT North American Champion. And he is the current NXT Champion, as we're putting over Ricky Saints. And let's get into our favorite title run of Ricky's. What do you got for us, Dan?
So my favorite title run, I wanted to preface this whole segment saying that I have become a new fan of Ricky Saints ever since he debuted in NXT on February 11th, I believe it was. I knew nothing about the guy. I had no idea. And then I think it was the podcast that following week, Rage. I think you and Rage were telling me to like check him out. Like he's something special. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was kind of keeping an eye on him since then. But my favorite title run, I would have to go with this current run as NXT or WWE NXT champion. It got my attention. Like I'm 100% locked in, and I feel like it's just getting started. He's already retained it twice against, I believe once against Two Ice. Well, he won it off of Obafemi, and then he retained it twice against Trick Williams. So
yep, Trick Williams.
I'm gonna have to go with this current run as NXT champion.
I like that. I can't argue with that. And that's what I like about this Getting Put Over segment, because you learn a lot. And for me, like being the encyclopedia fan that I am, I have a lot of AEW answers for this because I really did enjoy his run as Ricky Starks, and I hope you learned a thing or two and maybe go back and watch some of this stuff. But my favorite title run, and I'm sure some of you guys in the live chat here are probably going to say this can't count. I had to go with the Owen Hart Cup when he did win it in 2023, because around this time, his babyface run was getting a little stale and he needed to change. And of course, CM Punk, he was on Collision while the Young Bucks and Kenny were on Dynamite. So it was kind of like their own little brand split. And Ricky Starks wasn't really being used right. CM Punk saw something in him, and they had him pretty much cheat to win the Owen Hart Cup. And then he went on to be like this arrogant, cocky heel that I've always loved. I love me a heel Ricky Starks. And man, the Owen Hart Cup I thought was like the perfect way to kind of elevate him to the level that he should be on. And I think if things didn't happen with CM Punk and AEW All Out with that incident with Jack Perry and CM Punk was still there, I think Ricky Starks probably would have ended up winning a world championship during this time.
Facts.
And Angelo here, I don't count it as a title, but that's when his run kind of really started. That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Eric, can we just accept the fact that this dude is too small to ever be a long-term factor in major belts?
I believe he's Seth Rollins' size.
He's a little bit smaller.
He's not that tiny, to be quite honest.
I think he's capable. We'll talk about that at the end. But let's get into our favorite match.
Favorite match. So, like I said, I am a newer fan of his, so I was kind of doing my research and watching a few of his matches. But honestly, I had to choose last night's match on NXT, the last man standing match against Rick Williams for the NXT title, November 11th of this year. There was so much hype heading into that match. Like, my God, the entire episode just last night was kind of a collective of the weeks that they've had a feud. And when they finally did the last man standing match, it was like crazy. It was watching it. There's so many great spots. The kendo stick shots when Ricky was tied up in the ropes, those were like fucking brutal, dude. And there was color. Like Trick Williams was bleeding. And I think Ricky was bleeding out of his mouth too towards the end. And he already had the wrap around his stomach coop too, because I think of his ribs that he got hurt. So that entire match was so much fun to watch. So I had to choose that. My close second was the Halloween Havoc, but because they had this match last night and it was the last match. It was
so good.
Yeah, I mean either one you could pick. You can't go wrong.
All right. Well, my favorite match, I had to go to AEW All Out versus Bryan Danielson. Man, this was a great match. This was the strap match that they had. And especially like the way that they like built this match up really got me excited. And AEW, this is something that they need to improve on with their current television, but this is getting put over. So we're not going to put anything down. But man, I just felt like this strap match, like especially bringing in Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, I thought was a great way to kind of build some tension there with Ricky and Danielson trying to teach Ricky respect in the business. And I thought that they really capitalized on it. It was good storytelling, what I want in my wrestling. And just overall, like great match. I kind of wish Ricky won because I felt like after this is kind of where like he kind of fell off a little bit, won the tag titles with Big Bill. And then after that kind of just fizzled out and then went over to NXT. So my favorite match overall was him and Danielson. They just absolutely killed it.
Yeah, I watched that match too. I enjoyed it. I just liked the one I picked a little bit better. No disrespect to that choice.
And Angelo here in the live chat also picked the strap match with Danielson as well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into our favorite segment. Ricky's charismatic. He's absolute. So he's got some good segments.
I love that statue. My favorite segment. So this is one that you'll enjoy. I actually well, I want to say I mentioned the promo between him and Trick Williams for the NXT title before Halloween Havoc. Previously in a podcast, so I gave it its flowers already. I chose the promo he had with MJF in AEW back in 2022. Yeah, you read my full message there, buddy.
I didn't. Wow. Because that's what I had as my favorite segment.
Oh, there you go. Cool. So the AEW Dynamite, I think it was December 7th of 2022.
Yep.
He went toe-to-toe with MJF. He just roasted his entire outfit. It was the MJF had some good bars on the mic, but it was sort of just like, okay, yeah, MJF had some good,
So
but
good.
Ricky Saints kind of had the same thing, but he twisted the knife as well. It was sort of just like, okay, perk my ears up, and I realized he's a pretty killer on the mic, and I'm like, okay, because that's one big thing that you need to do as if you're going to be one of these great stars.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
and then I
right.
think I don't think,
The
yeah,
Maxi Pad promo.
Boris mentioned it earlier in the chat. It said Pebbles, huh? That was from
Yeah,
that
dude.
segment.
I will say, like, this is definitely by far my favorite segment because obviously, in case you have been hiding under a rock, I'm an MJF guy. And Ricky, I've always been a fan of Ricky Starks, and I always thought that these two kind of brought the best out in each other. And I
Yeah.
thought they could have went and had like such a longer feud than what we got. And man, like him getting the spear and MJF selling it with like the shoes flying off, like it just really made Ricky feel important. And they
I
just
watched
did a
that
great
too.
job going head to head with each other.
I watched that segment maybe two
Oh,
or
the
three
spear is
times.
so underrated.
And his spear is a lot similar to Braun Breaker, but the difference is when he goes off the ropes, he kind of like twists his arms and then goes for a spear.
Yeah,
He
he kind
doesn't
of
just go,
adds, it's more cinematic, more
yeah. I mean,
slow,
it's
like he
not,
wants to like add some pizzazz to it. Well,
it's
Breaker,
sort
on
of
the
just
other
like
hand, is trying to break
putting
your
groovers.
ribs.
Oh, yeah. It's sort of like just putting the grooves on the barrel of a, like, revolver or whatever. It just doesn't affect it all the way it works. But yeah, it's one of
Legendary.
those good spears. Yeah.
Legendary,
And
this segment.
yeah, did sell the fuck out of that too.
Made Ricky look like a star here. But
Yeah.
let's get into our favorite year
Oh,
of Ricky Starks.
2025, easily 2025. I had nothing or no knowledge of the guy until we were doing him for this Get Over segment. And I wanted to shout out to Rage because if it wasn't for him picking Ricky Saints this week, I would have done all this research and come across what I'm going to point out later in this segment here. So shout out to you, Rage. Hope you're doing better. Hope you're doing better. 2025 is his year. He debuted on February 11th of this year in NXT. He was a couple years in AEW, and he's done some great things there. And I'm sure you'll allude to them later on. But he is carving out one of the top spots on the NXT roster already, and he's been there for 9 months. He already has I believe, a tag team championship title with NXT.
Nope. He won the NXT North American title and current NXT champion.
Oh, okay. So the tag team champion was AEW.
That was
right?
AEW. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. My bad. So he has 2 title reigns already in 9 months. And when he debuted, Rage himself said that this is going to be a game changer. And I believe you agree with him too, Johnny.
Me too. Because
and
here's the
I
thing,
am seeing it right now.
I do want to share something with you that you might not know, because I think this is before you started like tuning into our podcast, before you were a part of it. So this segment right here with MJF getting speared by Ricky, that was the first time that Ben actually became a fan of Ricky, because I told him to watch it, and he was mind blown by the promo abilities that he had, and then MJF, like the shoes flying off, like.
So
Rage said he wanted him in WWE immediately when he saw this.
So you're his mentor, and Rage is my mentor, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Awesome. Yeah, that was in 2022.
I'm Mr. Miyagi.
I had no idea about your podcast or AEW for that matter in that time. So that is crazy how time changed.
Time flies, but
time flies. Yeah.
Getting into my favorite year for Ricky, I can't say 2025 because the year is not over yet. I'm sure things could change if we ever put him over 10 years from now, but I have to go with 2023 Ricky. I enjoyed this little heel run that he had going on at the time.
Fuck is that vest he's wearing? It's like it's like a commando rock right there. Like
he was wearing like the most like he was wearing the most like douchiest shit he could find on the market.
I know we're putting him over, but that's like a Timo Seth Rollins outfit right there. That's crazy.
I liked it because like Ricky is so good when he's a heel, when he's arrogant. And
he has that aura.
around this time with AEW Collision, he got lots of TV time to cut promos and to pretty much sink or swim. And in this case, Ricky, of course, he was swimming, but AEW had nothing for him. And then WWE saw him swimming the shore, and they saved him. But 2023, he got to work with CM Punk. He got to work with Bryan Danielson. And I just really enjoyed his work during this time. And I think it really set him up to where fans realized, you know, he is more like he does have the potential. That's always been like the headline of Ricky Starks. This kid has the potential. He can be a future world champion. And
He's
I think
grinder.
it made people believe, he made people believe that more during the year 2023. Yep, 2023 he showed up with the Gucci bag. And he also used like unridiculously like amount of pyro. Let me tell you, Dan Eddy, if you want to see a tease of a heel Ricky Saints in WWE, I'm going to send you some videos. You need to go back and check some of this stuff out.
Dude,
It's good. I'm telling you, Dan, you are going to want this guy to be a heel next week if you see the stuff that
by next
I've
week.
seen. Okay. I'm telling you. You think he's a good baby face?
I kind of got a hint
I've seen nothing yet.
If I saw him snap, bringing it back to that promo he did with Trick at the contract signing, and Trick mentioned that he is like no better than being in the Indies, and that triggered something. Like that made him go off on Trick, and I was like, "Get him! Get his ass!
That's
Get
the thing.
his ass!" So, like I was like locked in. I'm like, okay. All right. Like I wanted to go to the gym right after that promo. I was so hyped up. It was so much fun to watch. So I'm excited to see what his heel can be like. Because I sensed that aura from him right away. And I think now he's a babyface. So speaking of the devil.
Absolutely.
What's up, Rage?
Hey, Rage. He says he's glad that we are still live. Appreciate it.
I was just giving you big props, Rage, because if you had not picked him for this getting put over segment, I would have known nothing about him. So thank you, man. I appreciate it. And now
and that's the funny thing too, Rage. Before you got into the live chat, I was actually telling Dan Eddy how I introduced you to Ricky Starks when he did the whole spear with MJF back in 2022. And you said immediately you wanted him in WWE, and look at now, 2025. He's in WWE. He's the NXT champion, doing big, 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 absolute things. Well, let's get into our favorite rivalry of Ricky's.
So like I said, like I've been kind of just talking about this whole time. I haven't been following him that long. But I am picking his current feud with Trick Williams. Whether or not it continues after last night, we'll see. Because not only did he defeat Trick Williams at the Halloween Havoc and last night's Last Man Standing match, and now Oba Femi is returning to the picture. Who knows where they'll go from there? But I had to pick that as my favorite feud because, like I said, it's got me locked in. It's got me 100% focused on what's going on in NXT, regardless of what's going on with just Ricky Saints, and it's making me tune into the show even more. So I'll have to pick the Trick Williams feud, and it's been helping him get put over even more and getting the people out there like that are wrestling fans to get to know him more. And also, I love Trick Williams. Like I said earlier, he's main roster ready, but yeah, for some reason he's still in NXT. Whoop that! I was waiting for that to come out in the Royal Rumble last year, so maybe that'll be changed different.
In Rage, you are not wrong. We manifest greatness around these parts. Exactly. We are good at calling when we see somebody that's a star, we call it out.
It could be one of the last feuds that Trick has before he goes to the main roster, if he ever does. So.
Honestly, I like this answer, though, like WWE-wise, because I think Trick Williams has definitely done, like, his job. And I think that these two have kind of brought the best out in each other, and they both, I felt like, needed that rivalry to kind of spark something.
Yeah.
And I think they've done a great job building that tension. These matches have been really good the last couple weeks. But now let me get into my favorite rivalry. And I have to go with Darby Allin and Sting. This is old school. This is when Ricky was first like around AEW. Yes, he did. He dressed up as Darby Allin, Dan.
No, I'm just thinking like every week there's some way, somehow that we bring Darby Allin into the park. I guess everything.
Well, 1 week, Danny Huggins during the Dream Opponents, who was it that he picked against Darby Allin?
That was you. You picked
No.
Darby Allin with Spike
Yeah,
Dudley.
with Spike. Okay, I did with Spike, but then like there was another week where he picked like Darby like versus somebody, and it was so random. It was like so out of the blue. I don't know. But yeah, I had to go with this here with Ricky Starks and Darby because I thought they did a great job with this, and it led to Sting's first AEW match, and it was a cinematic one at AEW Revolution. And Ricky, like, during, like, I like the Team Taz, like, it was very underrated during its time.
Oh, yeah,
like
it might have been DDP.
It was DDP, yes, it was.
Because it was recent, yeah.
Yeah, like, DDP versus Darby, what the fuck, Danny, were you thinking? But overall, like, I really like this feud a lot, and I'm surprised Ricky Starks and Brian Cage, they never won the tag titles. Because I actually did like that pairing.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get into our dream opponents here.
Oh, I thought we did that last. Or was it what if?
Nope. It's always what if.
Oh, okay. What if is last? So dream opponent. I didn't have a dream opponent, but honestly, low key, I think a match with him and Austin Theory would cook. Like, just kind of walking through it. He does have sort of similar wrestling style as Austin Theory. They kind of look similar, to be quite honest. And they're even doing the same pose here.
Same pose, I was gonna say.
Yeah. So I think that would be a low-key match that would like actually cook. But I was thinking about it more today. Because I turned my answers into you late last night.
Yes, you did.
Because the grind is real. And also
which you can buy a
procrastination is
shirt.
real.
Link down in the description box below.
Yes, prowrestlingtees.com. What was I say? Oh, so I was looking back at my answers, or thinking of my answers, and I was thinking of the promo with MGF, or was it Edge? I was doing research somewhere, and I came across his like comparison to The Rock.
Oh, that was Adam Copeland.
Was that Adam Copeland?
Yep.
Yeah, it was like a vanilla midget Rock something. And then Ricky Saints was in the interview with CVV. He was like, "You know, I'm black, right?" So, but he didn't say that in the promo. But I was kind of thinking that low-key, and I was like, well, like the 90s Rock, the Rock Bottom versus a Ricky Saints spear. Like, who was a better seller, you know?
That is when he got buried by Edge.
Austin Theory, yeah, I think he got buried by Edge. Yeah, Austin Theory or Prime, like 1995, The Rock or whatever.
Ooh.
I just picked a year. But
Rocky
anyway.
All right, well, for my dream opponent, this one's going to be random. I'm going back to the Ruthless Aggression era, and I have to go with Mr. Kennedy.
Interesting.
Two big mouths. That's why I had to go with this dream match right here. I feel like these two could definitely bring out the best in each other. And Ricky has that arrogance that Kennedy used to have. So I feel like this would be a really fun matchup.
That would be a good
one that
matchup.
you wouldn't think about. You would have to really, really think. And
honestly,
that's what I was doing here.
I didn't. I kind of thought about Austin Theory, and then I was thinking about The Rock later on today.
Aaron's put a period right there.
I agree with Angelo's comment. Prime Shawn Michaels. Ricky Saints versus Prime Shawn Michaels.
I kind of like that.
That would be a great match to watch.
Boris, Edge was furious about the bug-eyed line. He was pissed. But yeah, I had to go with Kennedy. I thought that this would be a cool little matchup. I like to really like think here. But let's get into our what if scenario. What do you got?
Real quick, when do you get your answers in? Because you never turn them into the chat. So when do you actually get them done for your answers? Do you get them done by like Thursday and then just wait for us to turn them in?
I actually do my research from Wednesday to Sunday, and I always have my answers Monday morning.
Oh, okay. I was always curious about that.
Always do my homework on time.
My biggest what if is, what if he never went to AEW, started his career with WWE, and stuck with it? Could he have a major title today? Could he be a part of a bigger storyline that we were seeing at this time? He had one match
right
in
here,
WWE.
right back.
Yeah, I'll get to it. Hold on. I'm going to cook a little bit. He had one match in WWE back in 2012 on August 10th, and it was a 2-on-1 handicap against Jinder Mahal. He and Robin Barnes, who didn't even have a bio for him, they were considered local competitors, right? And then
Gotta love the locals, baby.
It was basically a squash match for Jinder to send a message to Ryback, who later on joined in on that beat up against Ricky Starks at the time, actually, and Robin Barnes. And because Ryback and Jinder Mahal were having a feud at the time, and actually, I kind of throw up my mouth every time I mention Ryback's name, but that's just me. But ever since 2012, he's been a jobber with 3 other matches. All right, hear me out. Between 2012 and 2018, he's had 4 matches total in that time frame, just to help pretty much put the other talent over. And if you look back, it was Jinder Mahal, the Revival. I don't know if you remember them.
Oh, of course, FTR, baby.
Enzo Amore and Big Cass.
God, I missed them together.
So in those 4 matches, if you add them together and take the average, it was 1 minute and 42 seconds. That is the definition of a jobber and basically mechanic.
And Henson talent, whatever you call that.
Like how you're alluding to right here, there was also a short, like 20-second backstage segment with Ryback in 2013, which is what the picture. If you are just listening on YouTube right now, Donnie has a picture of a very young Ricky Starks.
Getting bullied by Ryback. He's taking his lunch
up
money.
against the wall with Ryback. Yeah. Yeah.
Give me your lunch money. Feed me more.
that just brings the question: where could his career have gone if he were to start it at WWE like he did in 2012, but then stuck with it, stayed there, and where would he be today? And would he still have a career to begin with?
I feel like I can answer this question.
And going to other companies.
Wait, I just want to say here.
Going to all the other companies, all the indie shows, and then going to AEW and then coming to WWE, I think sharpened his wrestling arsenal and gained him experience. And that's why he's having such a great title reign as NXT champion right now and having great success in 2025, regardless, or just in this year. And then the 2 years he was in AEW because people knew him.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I think he had to go through the hardship because I think in WWE, he would have been one of those guys, like, would have been in NXT, wouldn't have gotten over, wouldn't have picked up that momentum. He would have been one of the many NXT releases before getting called up to the main roster. And then it would have ruined his confidence. And who knows what we would have gotten out of a career of Ricky Starks. I think he had to go through that hardship and had to learn through the indies, scrapping. And that's how he got to where he's at today.
And if just looking back at it, if you were to stay with WWE from 2012 to today, who would have a bigger career if he would have stayed, him or Dolph Ziggler?
Oh, because definitely Dolph Ziggler.
That's kind of his comparison if you were to stick with WWE and the way they were booking him.
See, I don't think Ricky had that confidence in 2012. Like, I do think
he was also
that
tiny as fuck.
He still is. He still is, but he's not as tiny as he was when he was getting bullied by Ryback.
He's like Finn Balor size, to be honest.
Nah, not really. Not really. You could do your research while I share.
I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, you do your.
All right. Well, my what if is, what if Ricky Starks defeated CM Punk for the real world champion? Because around this time in 2023, Ricky Starks picked up a lot of momentum. And I thought that this is what it was going to lead to, which I believe it was. That was the plan for AEW All Out that year, for CM Punk to drop the title to Ricky. But then his last match was with Samoa Joe at All In. And that's where the whole incident happened with Jack Perry. So what if that never happened and Ricky actually got a championship run? Would Tony Khan see the value that we saw in him?
Mm-hmm. So I looked it up. Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh yeah, no, I made my point.
Okay, all right. So Finn Balor is 5'11", 191. Ricky Stanks is 6 foot 194. So same size, basically.
Nah, but if you look at the way they're built, like Trick Williams said, Ricky Starks looks like a kid that has a replica title from WWEshop.com.
Do you think that's a bar? I mean, yeah. I mean, granted, yeah.
I like to say that because I know it gets under your skin a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
But guys, that is it for this week's Getting Put Over segment. It was fun putting over a current WWE guy, Ricky Starks. But since I was gone last week, I get to pick next week's Getting Put Over, which, by the way, next week's episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast, 183, will be happening live on Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, instead of Wednesday, because we kind of all double booked ourselves here. And we don't want to have just one person on the pod. We rather have 2 or 3. So next Thursday on the Getting Put Over, the guy that I'm picking, and I really hope whoever's with me next Thursday, they do their research, because this could be a fun Getting Put Over. And that is Ethan Carter III, EC3. I wanted to go back a little bit with Impact Wrestling.
I just buried him last week.
TNA, let's go. EC3. That's who we are going to be putting over next Thursday on the We Are Wrestling podcast.
I was going to say, that name sounds familiar. I just buried him.
But I don't know. You might be off
to put him over.
But you might be off next week, Dan, because I think it is your turn, unless like Rage or Danny can't make it next Thursday.
That's true.
Which could happen because we never.
Why are we doing EC3? Where is EC1 and 2?
Oh yeah. I remember that. That was
my segment for Dean Ambrose. Yeah,
that was for John Moxley. Yep, that was last week. Yep.
Who are you?
I was wondering.
Where is EC1 and 2?
Are you doing AEW tonight? We are not doing AEW tonight.
Danny Huckins
will be live on his channel, Danny Huckins PW. I would, Daz, but unfortunately, I still have to pack for Long Island, and I have no time on Friday because I have to spend all day tomorrow editing content, so I have stuff ready for this channel and the Best One Donnie channel for the weekend. There's a lot of work that goes into this. Grind is real. But next week, EC3, and I'm going to make sure Ben and Danny know that we're putting them over immediately when we get off the air, because they definitely need to do some research. And if they don't want to, I will do the segment all by myself, because I freaking loved EC3. But let's get into our main event topic for this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast. And we still have 27 total people here on this episode. Very good numbers this week. So just want to appreciate you guys for staying, because this has been a crazy news week. EC3. All right, Rage is here. Rage is here. And I know Rage will do his homework, because Danny, that's the person I need to remind, because he's the one that still uses the dog ate my homework excuse. Still to this day, 30-something years later. What the fuck?
Dude's not even here. Dude's not here anymore. He's still getting strays.
Always and forever. All right. Well, with our main event topic, somebody that is getting some strays right now, and I can't believe, I never thought in a million years Tegan Knox would be a main event topic on the We Are Wrestling podcast. We like to save the best news, and this is all everybody's talking about over the weekend. And pretty much, we had a situation happen with Nixon, Newell, and Miranda Alite. I'm just going to say Miranda and Nixon. Or Nixon, whatever she goes by. I'm sure I'm botching her name.
I'm sure it's just Miranda Alice, but I might be wrong.
I think it is Miranda Alice. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, both of these two refused to do the job. So this past Saturday at AEW Collision, these two were supposed to face Anna Jay and Ty Mello in a tag team tournament match. And the match was only supposed to be 3 minutes. And they were supposed to put over Anna Jay and Ty Mello, but they refused to do the job. So instead of doing it, they just walked out. So here's some of the news that we got here. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Brian Alvarez said this, and I quote, "Let me tell you something I heard from a lot of people, and what was amazing, I was hearing from people as the show was going on, so people weren't even waiting until the show was over. Maybe Tony Khan told them there was no hard feelings, but I could tell you one thing. Hard feelings is the wrong word. Bad blood. I do not know how you term it, but there was so many people that were like, what a stupid thing to do. That's one thing I heard over and over. So, of course, there's two sides to every story. And I do want to share both sides because it's only right, it's only fair. We are wannabe wrestling journalists. And Nixon and Miranda's side of it, basically they were live on Twitch to give their side of the story and the disagreement that happened with AEW at Collision. And basically, they went to Dynamite last Wednesday and they were told there wasn't anything for them, but there'd be something on Saturday. They showed up and were told after the doors opened that they'd be wrestling Tay J. They had ideas for the match and were told it would be only 3 minutes. They felt that after the promo they had cut on their first appearance to set up this match, 3 minutes wouldn't benefit anybody involved. It wasn't a fuck you, we're leaving situation. They were in agreement that 3 minutes wouldn't benefit anyone. The information was relayed to who it needed to be and were them told they were free to go home if they'd like. Nixon noted that there's no bad blood on either side. And apparently, it's going to be her last year of wrestling next year as well. But here's AEW's side of the coin. According to Fightful, sources in AEW claim that Megan Bayne and Nixon also had a disagreement last week over how their tag match would go. It was stated that Nixon and Miranda didn't expect to win their match on AEW Collision, but wanted more than the budgeted 3 minutes. They were told times had been set and couldn't be changed. The two left before the show and were replaced with Haya and Maya World, who were thanked for their professionalism. AEW officials were shocked by this entire situation. And then later on that night, as they left the arena, they pretty much went out drinking. And there's one of the pictures of Miranda there, chugging a beer. So with this whole situation happening, what's your thoughts on this? Like, how do you feel? Do you think that they had the right to leave because it was they didn't want to work a 3 minute job? Or do you think they did the wrong thing here?
I think it kind of alludes to both sides of the coin here. I think it's a good thing because, they're standing up for themselves. They don't deserve, just the sort of job work and get a 3 minute match with, I forgot the two names already that they were supposed to wrestle with, Anna Jay and Tay Mello, I think.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think this will work, Eric.
they're
not big enough to make this into a big work.
You don't know what's work and what's not.
But then again, Tony Khan thinks that a little pebble is a fucking Hulk Hogan superstar.
And, they just are trying to maybe copy WWE at this point. Who knows? But what I was going to say is they're not as big. And I think it was before we went live, I was talking to you about, we were going over what we were going to talk about. And it's sort of similar to what Naomi and Sasha Banks did. The only difference is they're a lot of bigger talent, a lot of a bigger talent than Tegan Knox and her girlfriend. I forgot her name already. But Miranda, if they were to walk out and demand longer than a 3 minute match or maybe a different match altogether, that's not the way to do it. You just don't walk out. You have to talk to whoever's in charge of that match or in charge of the show or Tony Khan himself. That's me saying that I don't typically agree with what they did. They didn't go about it the right way, in my opinion. If they want something different, they need to change what they, or they want to let them know that this is what they want. They don't want just the 3-minute match, because I think you were saying it earlier. They didn't feel like it was a good thing for either one that was involved in that match. It wasn't good for any of them. And if it was a 3-minute match, then it might have gotten, cut off on TV time afterwards. So
I will say it takes a lot of balls to speak up when you don't even have a contract with the promotion. And I agree with everybody here that's saying this. They ain't big enough to make those demands. I don't know why they think they're going to get treated like main talent like Mercedes Moné. They're lucky Megan Baines didn't beat them up for sandbagging her. Agree with Rage. They are definitely not big enough to make demands. It's entitlement. I agree with everybody's takes on this one, because you could say what you want. Like, I don't like the AEW way of booking a lot of the times on Collision, where they do these 3-minute matches. I don't like it. It doesn't really benefit anybody. They're not wrong. But if you want to succeed in this business, you have to take any opportunity that's given to you. And Grimm's Toy Show made a great example here, because he was ranting about this whole thing, and I was giving it a listen while I was cleaning the studio up. And the best example, James Ellsworth, somebody who WWE, they're looking for a jobber, and he showed up and he said, any man with 2 hands have a fighting chance. And he made the best of his situation, and it led to him getting a WWE Championship match. Main eventing against AJ Styles on SmackDown. Getting to be a part of WWE for a whole year. He took advantage of every opportunity that was given to him, and now he can pretty much live off what he did in that year's time and be James Ellsworth on the independents. So for Miranda and Nixon to think that they are bigger than what they are and to like have these demands, that's just petty. And especially if you're trying to be all elite, because clearly they are trying to be a part of AEW if they're doing matches and they're on their program. So if you want to be a part of the team, you have to sacrifice. You have to show your fellow women wrestlers and men wrestlers in that locker room that you want to do what's best for All Elite Wrestling. And Anna Jay and Ty Mello, they might not be the biggest names out there, but they've been with the promotion for, I want to say they were in AEW since 2020. So the first year that the promotion has been around, they have been there, and they have sacrificed years putting people over, and they're actually a legitimate tag team, which is probably why Tony Khan wants to maybe put some stock into them. And you got to sometimes do the right thing. And them walking out, being unprofessional is not the right thing, and that's why I'm not surprised at all that WWE ended up releasing Tegan Nox.
To me, this doesn't make sense, and especially in Tegan Nox's case. I don't know much about her girlfriend Miranda, so I can't speak for her.
Me either.
Or about her, but I will speak about
she likes chugging beer.
You hit the nail on the head with that word earlier, Donnie. Sacrifice. You realize how many injuries Tegan Nox has had during her WWE run, and now that she's back and at AEW, the fact that she is just kind of throwing that aspect of her past away by walking out of a show because it was a 3-minute match, like, you sacrificed your body, your time, your energy to get back into wrestling shape. And granted, like, that's like me going to Friday Night SmackDown and then finding out, oh, I'm not wrestling Roman Reigns that day. Oh, well, fuck that. I'm not leaving. And
well, that's the thing. That's the same thing
with Tegan Nox. She's had injury after injury after injury.
Like, she's not even that big of a star. She's not even that big of a star to make these crazy demands either. So honestly, AEW, good for them. Cut your losses. Like, you're not really losing anything here, and just let them ride into the sunset.
Rage will know what I'm talking about. I'm
and it's unfortunate. And it's unfortunate because even with these AEW tag titles, they could have actually They could have been a tag team champions because they are a legitimate tag team. They're in a relationship for crying out loud. They could have been tag team champions.
If you're like booked for a concert, but you're not the main headliner, and then you go to the locker room and you have, I think it's called.
Oh, I don't feel like opening for this guy. I'm leaving.
No, you have this like list of requests. I think it's called a dirt sheet. I think Rachel know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, where you want like
you're not even the main headliner band, like, and you want all this stuff in order for you to play. Like, you can't request those items. You don't have that aura. You don't have that power. That's the same thing here. You walk in, you're expecting a lot, but if you're not getting that much, you still have to go through with it. You're starting a job first day, you're not going to get a promotion.
And also another thing I want to point out too, that also needs to be mentioned, like when it comes to this whole entire situation, think about the amount of women wrestlers in that locker room. I'm talking Deonna Purrazzo. I'm talking some of these female wrestlers that have not had TV time. The things that they would do to have 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Matt, it's entitlement. It's entitlement. And man, like, you got to take opportunities when they're given. Like, if I was a professional wrestler on the independents and AEW said, hey, we have an opportunity for you, I'll put you in the ring against Brian Cage for 3 minutes. Of course, I am going to take that because I'm going to take advantage of every little opportunity I can to be successful.
Yeah. Angela's got it. 3
minutes.
Like,
it's unbelievable. Like, and there's so much you could do in 3 minutes too, which is crazy.
Ready? Yeah, 3 minutes is a lot.
But hopefully, I will say this. Hopefully, this is the first and definitely the last time Tegan Knox is a main event topic on a wrestling podcast.
Hopefully, yeah.
Because I've lost so much respect for her and Miranda for the way that they acted here.
It's just something that, after what Tegan has gone through, I know.
Oh, you're going in and out a little bit.
Am I good?
No, I think you got to exit out. Your thing froze. But yeah, pretty much, guys. This whole situation is nuts, and I can't believe that something that happened at AEW Collision in 2025, a injury-prone wrestler who is very mid, is our main event topic here for this week's episode of the pod. And I think there's really nothing else to add, nothing else to really say here. I'm sure Dan Eddy is going to join back here with us to close off this week's episode of the pod, but might as well do it. Just a couple reminders before we do close off this week's episode. We have a couple vlogs if you haven't checked them out yet. WWE fans, first indie show is up. Oh, there we go. We got Dan Eddy back. There you are. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
But yeah, we also got a couple TNA vlogs that are up. We got the new TNA Bound for Glory pay-per-view vlog if you guys haven't checked that out. And it's up on the channel. Also, this Friday over on the Best One Donnie channel, my Rhode Island Comic-Con vlog will be up. So I hope you guys do enjoy that. And we even did show off the clip of Jericho shouting out the pod, which was super nice. And
gotta add that to the intro.
Oh, it's going to be in the intro. You bet your ass it will. But if you guys enjoyed this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast, which is usually live every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for next Thursday, we're going to be not doing it Wednesday. It'll be happening next Thursday. Smash that like button now if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already and you're listening to this on Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you get your podcasts. To the audio listeners, please give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a Best One review, and download this episode and give us a follow. If you're not following We Are Wrestling over on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok, we post daily wrestling news, clips, all that good stuff. Make sure to follow us on there. But if you're not a maniac, you're already over on the YouTube channel where you get the best pro wrestling content, live episodes of the We Are Wrestling podcast every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for next week. It'll be happening Thursday. Also, we do live watch-alongs for all the WWE and AEW pay-per-view /PLEs, which Danny will be doing a live stream for AEW Full Gear next Saturday on his channel and the We Are Wrestling's reactions, vlogs, everything pro wrestling. Subscribe, turn on the post notifications. Links down in the description box below. You can go follow myself and Dan Eddy over on our social medias. I have a whole other channel, which the Rhode Island vlog will be up on, where I do toy hunts, I do figure reviews, and nostalgia, one of my favorite things. You can check my channel out, Best One Donnie. It is down in the links below. Dan Eddy's Instagram is down there, but not the Twitch, because he hasn't been capitalizing on this fame that the We Are Wrestling podcast has given him.
Once I
man.
capitalize,
Links down in the description box
it'll be
below.
capitalized.
And until then, your link will not be in there. But to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, if you guys want to go check out Danny Huckins, he's doing a live watch along right now for AEW Blood and Guts. I'll be watching it while I pack up. We are taking over. Peace.
See you guys.
Danny Huckins, eat shit.